A sporting event you always wanted to go to but never had time to plan? That's where Absolute Sport comes in. They handle everything, tickets, hotels, VIP access, so you can just live in the moment and enjoy the experience. And because of their trusted league and travel partnerships, they can get you the best deals and actually save you money. So what are you waiting for? Visit us.absolute-sport.com, that's ABSOLUT-sport, and make your sports dream a reality.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Here we go, Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The far side. You ready for the far side?
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Yeah.
Yes. What's happening, brother?
I am in a good spot. How about you?
Great spot.
Good.
I made
Glad
it
to hear it.
to Monday. I made it here.
Was it questionable?
Do you
were
get
you on,
rest?
Were you on
yes.
notice?
Do you get rest over the weekend?
Typically, yeah. I do
Really?
all right.
My life is backwards. I get rest during the week.
Yeah.
The weekends, I get run like crazy.
Oh, okay. You got a lot going on.
Travis.
Four what?
Birthday parties this weekend.
Kid birthday parties?
Kid birthday parties.
Oh.
3 of them were at a similar Dave & Buster's twice.
Okay.
And a third knockoff version of Dave &
yeah,
Buster's.
JV Dave & Buster's?
JV Dave & Buster's. A little tighter. This one had roller coasters.
Yeah. Oh.
All you can eat food.
Roller coasters.
Small little roller coaster.
Like the ones that you won't get on because they're
Thought
temporary?
about you.
Yeah.
It wasn't temporary. It was nailed down. It was just indoors.
Indoors?
Yeah, indoors. Yeah,
Okay.
it was like a Dave & Buster's. What do you call the other one? Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Okay.
With a bumper car
Get
and
some pizza?
I did not.
No?
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
What'd you get?
I wore out the salad bar.
Okay.
I wore out and had breadsticks. But four
That's too many.
kept me on my feet all day. Yeah.
That's 3.5 too many.
I think so. Yeah.
One is kind of okay.
We lived at Target.
Oh, a lot of gifts.
A lot of gifts.
You go to gift card or do you find something?
We try to find something.
Okay.
Let's make it real, right? What is she like? What do you like to do?
That is 1,000% the better way to do it,
Yeah.
but that is 1,000% the way that I don't do it.
Because
Gift card.
you're trying to save steps.
Because you can just go to the grocery store. They have a gift card to everything you can ever imagine. They like video games. Here's a GameStop. They like Amazon. You can grocery store. They have that kiosk right at the front with every gift card known to man.
I am with you.
Yeah.
But you know what this is about. You're competing with the other parents. Why is your bag smaller than mine?
That's fine by
There
me.
you
I
go.
don't care about that. Because I am more tactical than you.
I got you, but it all factors in.
Nice.
So four.
Nice.
How was your weekend? Did you golf?
I did not play golf. I was in
How
San
dare
Luis
you.
Obispo this weekend.
Yeah.
I went up and saw the boy. It was great. We had a nice long weekend up there. It was gorgeous. Got a nice hike to the top of a mountain.
Nice.
All good. All good. Went to dinner with my mom and dad last night.
Yeah.
So fantastic weekend.
Did you catch the SNL?
I caught every last second of it.
You did it. Congratulations.
Yeah, I did. I watched it with my mom and dad and Sue. It was fun. Emily, good morning to you. I know you were
good
dialed
morning.
into this whole thing. Laura can talk again. This is exciting.
I can.
Yeah,
Oh,
welcome
no.
back, Laura.
Sorry, DeMarco.
Oh, no.
Not really. Sorry, not
You're
sorry.
bummed. Now that Laura's back, you're going to have to deal with that.
Oh, my God. I fear reprisal now.
Yeah, as you
As you
should.
should,
You were
yep.
deeply disrespectful a couple
Of
of
course.
times.
I had to take advantage. She couldn't talk.
No, she's
Come
coming
on.
back at you. I did. Did you watch it?
SNL? I
Yeah.
saw the clips. I did
Okay.
not get into it as deeply as you did. I heard I saw Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne had a performance.
He did a medley.
I
he
fast
did.
forward through the musical performances.
I
He
thought
did do
that was
medley.
kind of a shout
Yeah.
to the Super Bowl.
yeah.
I thought so too.
Yeah,
I
like
was
this
like,
is
okay,
what you could have had. And
Yeah.
this is New Orleans.
It's
Yeah.
getting huge ratings. Like the SNL 50 is not some small peanuts, and so this is what you could have had.
Yeah.
You got Kendrick and Said. Both would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm just
do you
gonna
think
say.
Wheezy is more palatable to all of America?
I think the songs he's saying
Yeah.
are more palatable because they are just the top 40 radio hits of like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I don't think he was really challenging anything in that
Yeah.
performance.
I would have
but-
liked to have seen what that show would have been in New Orleans.
And we still
Lil
can
Wayne.
see it.
Lil
but it's not
Wayne.
New Orleans.
Yeah.
You probably would have gotten the bells and whistles, fireworks and everything, and guest stars and all that stuff.
He's a pro. Like he's been around.
forever.
He would have been fine.
Little Weezy.
He would have been fine.
That's his city, too. Yeah.
The clips that you saw, did you like them?
Bro, I laughed my butt off at Black Jeopardy. Oh, my God. That's so funny.
Probably the best sketch of the night. I think it was. There were some other ones that were good, and there were very few that were like straight up clunkers. There was one or two that weren't. Everything was 15% too long than it needed to be, but that's just the way that it goes. Black Jeopardy. Eddie Murphy doing Tracy Morgan standing next to Tracy Morgan was amazing.
Oh, please, more of that.
Are you sure we're not related?
I don't see it. It was so good, and like Eddie was more Tracy Morgan than Tracy Morgan was.
Tracy Morgan, yes, I know.
It was
fun.
That was
a
great
brawny
sketch.
joke put in there too.
Yes.
Two brawny jokes.
I actually played against Kenan Thompson in an All-Star game, Shaq's All-Star game. I think.
Yeah,
yeah, and he got mad at me for playing hard.
Kenan Thompson
got mad at me for playing too hard.
I'm like,
I'm not going to let you score on me.
So you were like not Tracy McGrady, Corey Maggette. We had a 7-10 celebrity All-Star game out here one year.
Yeah.
And
Corey going nuts?
Corey Maggette played in it, and like he's dunking on me.
No, that's
like, what are we doing?
That's different. I'm just like, you're not going to score. I'm not dunking. It's just you and me are going to stand out here.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get back cuts. And he kept getting mad at me.
I forget who it was I was playing against, but there was somebody from Channel 4. He was like a program director or whatever.
Yeah.
And he looked at me and he's like, we have an understanding, right?
Exactly.
Like, and it was like, for every shot you give me, I'm going to give you one. I'm like, oh, this is great.
Yes.
So first time we come down, I give him a look at a 3. He takes a bang. He hits a 3. I'm like, okay. We come down the other way. I get the ball, and he's like, go ahead. And I take one, and I miss. We go back the other way. He goes again. He makes another one.
Yeah.
I come back. I miss him. Like, well, no, he's a good basketball player. I'm not. This is a bad deal for my team.
Let's go play.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
I couldn't stop him even if I wanted to.
Fun.
I thought the show was.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good. I would stop short of saying it was great. I think to try to execute a program like that is really hard. You have so many heavy hitters. You have so many people that you're trying to get into the show. To try to give everybody their moment that's just outstanding is incredibly difficult.
Good luck. Try to direct that. Yeah.
Oh, it was just so like. One of my favorite parts was when they do cutaways to the audience and trying to identify all the famous people in the crowd. Like, oh my, like Steven Spielberg's just sitting there watching. It's like, oh my gosh.
Right.
My favorite thing, it was on Friday for the SNL concert. You see they're doing a wide shot panning of the audience, and you see Steven Spielberg only watching the camera. You know, that's a real shooter out there. He's paying attention to the camera.
Yeah.
But my favorite part was when my two moms were on screen, Amy Poehler and Tina Fey doing their Q&A.
Wow. That was a good bit.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus with the
dog.
The dog was great. Oh my gosh, it was so great.
Wow. You know what I've come to discover I really like on SNL, and it kind of goes exactly together with the Julia Louis-Dreyfus scene. Adam, a very serious, intense actor. Goofing around on that show is always fun.
Always good.
And Adam Driver looks like he wants to murder people. Like he burns so hot.
I believe
and he's so intense.
Yes.
That him leaning into that as kind of the curmudgeon of the whole thing. It was, I thought De Niro grabbing Debbie Downer by the lapels.
Okay, I will say Debbie Downer was not the best part of the night.
It wasn't.
The idea that Jimmy Fallon again was trying to push himself to break at the I can't have kids line from Debbie Downer, which is a replay of the original Debbie Downer sketch.
That missed for me. I thought Update was really good.
Yeah.
I thought Bill Murray ranking the Update anchors was really good.
Yes.
My dude.
I think the musical sketch went a little bit too long, but I do love that with John Mulaney. And to me, this reminds me that SNL used to be mean and funny, and I think it was much more biting than it has been in the past. Not totally what it used to be, but I think it was much more. It was willing to take shots.
The musical number, they did it like through the decades. They did the 70s and 80s and 90s and all that thing. That missed for me. That really missed for me.
I liked it, but I thought it went too long. I think it's
how long was it? 5 minutes? It was 4 minutes and 58 seconds too long.
I guess you didn't like it.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was the one part. It's like, okay, bang through this.
Have you ever liked that one? Because I've done it a couple times.
What a milestone.
It's okay. Like it was just like, eh.
I liked it a lot, but again, I love musical theater and I love that stuff of it. And I think Mulaney is my favorite of the SNL writers, and so
he's good.
It got me.
Yeah. What would you grade it? B? A?
B plus.
B plus.
B plus.
Like
A
an
minus.
A minus.
Yeah.
A minus?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'd go with that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I did not have as much Sabrina Carpenter on that show as I thought.
Okay,
like,
She's everywhere.
It opens, right? Cold open
Yeah.
comes on, and it's Paul Simon and Sabrina Carpenter. And I recognize Paul Simon. Paul Simon's, I looked it up. Paul Simon's 83.
Yeah.
Okay, he's
and is he like also 5'2"?
he's little.
And his
Because
name
so
is Al.
Sabrina.
Yeah, he's little. What's that?
His name is Al. There you
That's
go.
right. The Chevy
He's the
Chase.
bodyguard.
in the-
Yeah.
But so he's standing there next to this obviously much younger woman. I had no idea who that was, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gonna
The
be
Belichick
one of those
joke
things.
writes itself.
And it was one of these things. Like, okay, I get it. Like these are the two eras. They're gonna go like the originals from the 70s, 80s, and then the much more modern people. But it was more tilted old than it was towards the new.
But I think they did put in a couple sketches of like this present day era. They put the Domingo sketch in.
Yep.
Yeah, and that worked.
I didn't
me.
like it. I thought that was completely uninteresting to me.
I love the Domingo sketch
Yeah.
because I love Pedro Pascal and Bad Buddy. And
I liked them. They're funny, but it's like I don't know. It didn't hit me. But like I'm like,
know.
So Susan comes into there and she's like, "That's Sabrina Carpenter." I'm like, okay.
Oh, okay.
Like I thought Pete Davidson's sketch was great
He's
with
funny.
Lorraine Newman, where he's
Yes.
sitting going,
oh yeah.
okay. Like
I've recalibrated
It's
my
like
love
Chad.
for him.
He's really fun.
He's
Chad,
hilarious.
yes.
Yes, he's funny.
So
and
I think-
everything he's in, he's funny.
When he just go, my bad,
Yeah.
keeps hitting the wrong spotlight. Incredible.
I would disagree that everything Pete's in is
Yeah.
funny because I think he plays himself, and I think when
Yeah.
he's asked to play a character, he doesn't blend at all.
Yeah.
and he's not that funny. But
I
as
know
Chad,
people
he's
like
good.
him, though. I do.
Yeah.
Chad is pretty great. Chad
But
is pretty great.
But I think
Yeah.
like the things that we both, I think the different generational watching that SNL thing is like you can find something you like, you can find something you don't really get, and you can find something that is in the middle.
I thought Steve Martin's monologue was pretty good.
I thought it was good too. Yeah, I thought it was
he
good.
I
opened.
heard
the-
it was classic Steve Martin.
It was
Yeah.
classic
Yes.
Steve Martin, and it was like here comes Martin Short for 30 seconds, like he was barely
That's a
in
good
it.
question.
got
Yes.
dragged off.
The best Steve Martin bit or the best Steve Martin joke? You could say the movie The Jerk, but
The Jerk was funny.
yeah.
Steve Martin has always kind of been like the guy that's a little bit smarter than everyone else. It plays it a little more erudite, like but he's really, really funny.
Super funny.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Right.
And he was good. There were
was
very
good.
few parts that were bad. There were just some stuff that wasn't great. I didn't think there was
Yeah.
anything that stunk.
I agree. I don't think there's anything that stunk. I think sometimes the audio was absolutely terrible, but that's also the product of having to have so many people working at
I
once.
take it back. There was one thing I'm like, no.
Bronx
What?
Beat?
What's that?
Were you going to say Bronx?
Yes.
I love Bronx Beat, though.
Yeah,
That's one of
no.
my favorite sketches of all
No,
time.
They had Poehler and Maya Rudolph doing it, and then they brought in
Mike Myers.
as Linda Richmond, the coffee talk thing.
Yeah.
It felt, I don't know, I didn't like it when it was out 20 years ago.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, whatever.
See,
whatever.
that is one of my favorite sketches of all time. But
Yeah.
again, different people
This is
get different
hilarious.
things out of this.
Yeah.
One thing that you might find funny, DeMarco, was that Ryan Reynolds made his first appearance
saw
since
that.
then.
Yeah.
And I think he's unbearably unfunny, and he wasn't very funny there to me. But
I'm with you on
they
that.
tossed to him, and they were like, "Hey, how you doing, Ryan?" He's like, "Good. Oh, why do you ask?"
What have you heard?
What
yeah.
have you
I was
heard?
like,
Yeah.
"Okay."
Well, I mean, you know what he's talking about, right? Did
Yeah.
you
Of
see her?
course.
That the whole thing was her reaction.
Well, that's obviously planned. She knew that.
Oh,
it
you
was
think?
good.
Okay,
Yes.
it was great. If they sold me, that was a good work. Yeah.
I thought he's so unfunny, and so was she.
I liked it.
You got to be in the Deadpool humor.
I
Yeah.
was very pleased to have seen it. I thought that
You made it. Congrats.
The bar to execute that with how do I want to say this? There's far more chance that could have been terrible
Yeah.
than it could have been really good, and they were way closer to really good than terrible. It wasn't great, but it was pretty darn good.
Yeah.
I don't know how you would do that a lot better, because to your point,
It's a
Em,
lot to put into one show.
yeah, and you got to hit a
Yeah.
lot of different bases. You got to hit guys
Yeah.
like us. You got to hit Emily's.
There's too many people to please.
It really is.
Yeah, you
It
can't.
really
You can't
is.
please everybody.
It
But,
really is.
Yeah,
Literally.
a lot of Sabrina Carpenter that she's in the opening, and she was also in a sketch. Is like, and she's only guest hosted or musical guested like once. Is
Yeah.
interesting.
Did they let Chevy Chase speak at all?
Nope.
Perfect. Perfect.
He was in the canceled sketch.
So That might have been my second favorite thing.
That they didn't let him in there?
If Black Jeopardy was the best sketch of the night,
Yes.
they reran all the things that you couldn't do now.
I heard about this
And
one.
they won where they clearly...
Was this Tom Hanks?
Yes,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
he did
okay.
an in memoriam for all the canceled
yeah.
sketches, and they had a big supercut at the end where everything was just blurred out, so you couldn't even
can't
see
see
it.
anything?
It
Yeah.
was that was a
Wow.
It
funny
was a
bit.
stroke of genius,
Yeah.
honestly. Like even like for
That's
anybody.
true. Yeah, that's kind of a mirror of our life.
It was like
stuff that used to get
and
used to
some
get away
of it
with.
that was on there. You're like, whoa,
Oh, my God.
Like, really?
Yes.
really.
But like Tom Hanks said at the beginning, it's like it's almost as much on you because you all laughed.
You laughed.
It was good. They did a good job. All right, one All-Star game, dreadful as always, and another league found a way to make everything right again. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Now, I've made some big purchases in life just in the last couple of years. I swear to God, my largest purchase is that massage chair.
Yeah, which we got a great deal on.
And my personal seat licenses at SoFi. Those are the two really big splurge items that I've got. But I don't know what it is. I feel some level of guilt when I'm blowing money.
Are you that way, Ireland?
I don't have any time to spend money. I'm working all the time. So Lisa just spends all her money. But she's good at it because, like, the house in Idaho she killed. I had nothing to do with it. I just basically was a silent investor.
Wait a minute. You consider yourself to be a silent investor in the house?
Mace, I cannot tell you how little input I had on anything to do with that house.
Really?
That's the most extravagant thing we've bought.
Steve Mason and John Ireland, today at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Plan your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, official Native American resort and casino of the Los Angeles Lakers. See for yourself what made readers of Newsweek and USA Today name Pechanga the best casino outside of Las Vegas. Pechanga has world-class resort amenities, exceptional entertainment, dining, spa, and golf, and 24/7 gaming excitement. The immense casino floor and 1,100 rooms and suites makes Pechanga one of the largest in the country. Skip the traffic, head for Pechanga Resort Casino off the I-15 in Temecula. Visit Pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for reservations.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Hey!
So there's a lot things that you and I, well, here's what you and I typically don't get a ton of.
Sunlight. No.
Were you
Peace
an
at home.
inside flower this weekend?
Peace at home. I finished Landman, by the way.
And?
Love it.
Yeah,
Oh,
right?
my God. I hope you get married and have a daughter that's hotter than a $2 Rolex.
Yeah.
I woke everybody up in the house laughing so hard. Oh, my God. That was so funny.
It's a good show,
and
right?
I finally saw the Jerry scene. Dude, that was dope. That got me again. Rewind that. Let's watch it again. That was good.
No, he's terrific in that scene.
Fantastic. That whole show is awesome. Yes,
I really liked it, too. I think
Yes.
Billy Bob is fantastic in that show.
That dude don't know how to take a backward step at all.
No,
at all.
He's
Yes.
an odd mix
Yeah.
of he's how old? I don't know. Em, look this up, please. How old is Billy Bob Thornton? I'm gonna guess about 60.
Okay, fair enough.
Right?
Yeah,
We're
somewhere in
getting
there.
So
Older
he's,
than us. Yeah.
69.
He's 69.
Okay,
Yep.
twice, almost.
Okay,
twice,
so
yeah.
let's call it 70.
Okay.
He's got this vulnerability because he's an older guy,
Yeah.
but he's kind of a badass.
Big time.
yeah, like to be a badass at 70 is not easy to do, and
Yes.
he's kind of got that gear.
I don't want to give it away, but you're sitting there with a bag on your head and you don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
You might want to be nice.
And
Yeah.
and fearless dealing with the cartel.
None.
Yeah, it was
None.
It was terrific.
Love that show.
Yeah, I'm
Love
glad
that
you
show.
liked it.
I
I'm
wish I
glad you
grew up
liked
in
it.
Texas.
It's
okay.
season 2. I think starts shooting next month.
Does it really?
So, yeah,
Good.
we'll,
Okay.
we'll get a
Awesome.
season
But
2.
anyway, yeah.
So that I was not going to say sunlight. We get like live sports action
Yeah.
during our show today. Usually this stuff doesn't start until later. So over here, your TV isn't on. We got TGL, which
Yeah.
is going to start here. Got a triple header of TGL today, which I'm not going to lie, it's kind of growing on me.
Okay.
And you've got both hockey games today in the Four Nations Cup that the
Wow.
United States plays Sweden at 5:00 our time, and then
Sweden.
And then in 40 minutes, the Finns and the Canadians will play each other.
Finns and the Canadians.
Right.
Wait,
DeMarco.
do we hate Canada now?
DeMarco.
Yeah.
The NHL fixed All-Star games.
They fixed
that
their
tournament
All-Star
that
game?
they've
Yeah.
put on, because they're not doing an All-Star weekend this
Yeah.
year. They're doing this Four Nations Cup thing. And it was exactly what every league has been looking for I don't know how long. They found a way to get the best players in the world to compete like crazy against one another. The U.S.-Canada hockey game on Saturday night had 3 fights in the first 9 seconds of the game. And not little, I grab you, you grab me.
No. There were some
Both
fists.
Kachuk brothers
Yeah.
were trying to kill their opponents. And I
Yeah.
forget who the third fight was, but the puck, the game starts. The puck drops. Immediately a fight. 3 seconds into the game, we have a fight going on. Susan and I were out to dinner, and the game was on the bar TV, and I'm watching it, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, is this the beginning of the second period? I thought maybe something had happened right before
Nope.
the end. I'm like, nope, this is the first
That's how
period,
it
3
starts.
second ends.
Yeah.
So they peel these guys off of each other, stuff them in the penalty box,
Yes.
line up again, go to the circle, drop it again. Here we go
we
again.
go
Here
again.
goes Kachuk brother number 2,
Yes.
and he's throwing and another.
They're going to the foil early.
got to foil our knuckles, coach.
There you go. Yes, sir.
Then a third fight. 3 fights
Yeah.
in 9 seconds. And then it was like, okay, they
Red
finally
ice
decide
everywhere.
it's
Love it.
time to play, right?
Yeah.
The game itself was terrific. It wasn't good. It was terrific. It was way beyond good. It was hard hitting. It was fast paced. It was incredibly skilled. It was incredibly competitive. And I don't know how the NHL got its players to play that intensely in something that, air quotes, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It clearly matters to
Mattered
them.
to them.
Damn right it does.
Yeah.
But then you watch the NBA thing that they ran out there last night, and you're like, what are we doing?
That was a bad show.
Because
Yeah.
the NHL's All-Star game for years and years was just as bad as everybody else's. Just as non-competitive,
I don't think I've ever
stupid.
seen an NHL All-Star game.
You didn't miss a damn thing.
Yeah.
Awful.
Ever.
But
I don't
this-
think I've ever seen that.
They put flags on people's back, which always helps a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? You put USA, Canada, Finland, Sweden.
Maybe
people are
that
gonna
was the
compete.
difference. You start playing for your country.
But okay, yes,
Yeah.
yes, but DeMarco, they were fighting.
I know.
Drew Doughty, the Kings defenseman, nearly got his head ripped off with a hit. It was
Yeah.
so good.
I have never been in a situation or a room or a stadium arena where when they're playing the national anthem, it gets booed.
That had something to do with
If
it.
I'm in the stands, I might want to fight somebody.
Yeah.
That's booing. That's what I'm saying.
It
So
was
yeah.
wild.
It was.
And the juxtaposition of those two events. And I don't know, I know they were talking about like USA versus the internationals, right?
In basketball?
In basketball.
That would make it more competitive. That would give you what you want.
I'd be interested. Try it, sure, but
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to get what we saw in the hockey.
I think you might. If you
I
do it,
hope so.
If you do USA versus, did you say Euros?
It would be everybody that's not in America.
Everybody that's not us against everyone else.
Yeah.
Then you might get your competitive all-star game. But that wouldn't be an all-star game. That would be basically us versus, that's the Olympics.
But you'd take all the, so it's not like Jokic,
Well, yeah.
Jokic and Wembanyama and Shea, all those guys are on
Over
one
there.
team.
Yeah. You might get some competition there.
You think they'd ball out like that, like play like it's because the hockey had playoff level of intensity. It wasn't even just like a regular season NHL game. It was almost like a Game 7 sort of.
I can
atmosphere.
understand why Canada would want to ratchet. Isn't ratchet a word for?
Yes.
Yeah, that's ratchet.
Ratchet.
Ratchet it up.
Like when you wrench something.
But
up.
it has two meanings now. I can call somebody ratchet. Where's Laura? There you go.
Is ratchet
I see
bad?
you over there.
You
Ratchet
look
is
at me,
bad.
too.
Explain ratchet.
A messy girl.
Messy. Explain ratchet.
I was going to say a word I can't say.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So messy.
That. Right. That's the only way, or I'm thinking the same thing. But I could see why Canada would be more intense about this because it is their sport. Right?
It is.
Right. And you're competing against other countries.
Yep.
So.
But they came in with heat. By the way,
If
all
we
of these games
played
have
the
been
rest,
pretty good.
If we played the rest of the world in baseball, what do you think the intensity would be?
It would be off the charts.
That's what I'm saying.
But
yeah.
In baseball, we have the WBC. This is why this was so interesting.
Yeah.
Like we've seen the WBC, which I really like, which is kind of
Fun.
come along. It's good because there are enough countries around the world that play baseball that they can all put
But
good
it's
teams
very
together.
respectful.
It's early in the season.
Yeah.
These guys aren't at their best, right? They're
Right.
These hockey guys are in the middle of their season. They're like as sharp as they're going to be. And it showed. Like baseball, the pitchers, they might pitch 1 or 2 innings. Like guys don't get really stretched out in these situations just because it's not the middle of the season.
Yeah.
I could not have been more impressed. And I just wanted that energy. Like
To
baseball,
carry
take
over.
some of that.
Okay.
NBA, take some of that.
Did you watch some of the All-Star? Okay, the basketball
highlights, yeah.
Okay, did you see Jokic? Jokic looked like he'd rather be somewhere else.
He said as much.
Now, if you put him with a bunch of Euros or with his country, he's going to give you everything he's got.
Yeah.
And in turn, you're going to have to stop that. So
Yeah.
I think that gets to where you want to go.
Yeah.
When you throw the countries and you start booing national anthems, you're going to get a fight. Yeah.
Jokic's line, I'm paraphrasing here a little bit, but they asked him about the new format where he goes, yeah, you don't want to ask me. And they're like, why not? He goes, because you're not going to like the answer.
Yeah, it was dumb. It was stupid.
So much dead time.
Help me. It's Adam Silver.
Yes.
It is Adam Silver.
Yes,
Who's the other guy?
David Silver
Is
was the
90210.
David Stern, previous commissioner.
Adam Silver is the guy that's
there needs to be an Adam Stern somewhere somehow.
There might be.
I'm
but
sure there is.
He's responsible, in my opinion. He's the face of this. You let this happen. This is terrible.
It happened
you got
in every
way
league.
too many gimmicks, though.
Yeah.
This is stupid.
This was Draymond Green's quote, it sucked.
Yeah.
Thank you, Draymond. And he gave it a 0 out of 10.
Yeah, wouldn't you?
Hey, Travis.
Yes.
Maybe a 1? Yeah.
You're going to love this.
Who's Adam
You
Stern?
know who Adam Stern is?
Who?
A Major League Baseball player.
Oh, there you go.
Outfielder who played for the Boston Red Sox, Baltimore Orioles, and Milwaukee Brewers, a Canadian-born Major League Baseball player. So perfect for
There
this
you go.
conversation.
Fits the whole thing here.
We've got an Adam
No,
Stern.
that was as bad as you can possibly get.
Yeah.
The skills competition was bad. You know, the dunk contest was fun for about 2 seconds.
Dude, the guy that wins the dunk contest every year isn't in the NBA.
He's a G League dude.
Yeah,
He's played 5 games. Here's the thing, right? If you got guys that actually play for you, end of the bench guys. What was the guy's name? That Castle. He plays for the Spurs. They need him. He plays actual minutes. He's going to enter the dunk contest, right? He tells the coach, "This is what I'm going to do." If Pop walks in and sees this guy practicing dunking over a car, he's going to lose his blank.
Of course
right?
he is.
So that's the advantage the other guy has. Your value to the team is not in minutes. It's just you're a dunker.
Yeah.
You can practice all this theatrical nonsense.
Yeah.
Some of the best dunks were ones that actually looked like they can happen in a game.
Like you said about Pop, right?
Yeah.
You come in there, and by the way, it's not just a Pop. Like any coach that sees one of his players that you use doing something that you would never do in a game.
6 or 7 minute guy is out there jumping over cars and people.
Where there's a chance that somebody could get hurt doing a thing that I don't need you to do. I need you to do this over here.
Right.
That's why the hockey thing was so crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like they're fighting and hitting. Like Connor McDavid, who's the best player in the world, took a shot and he got dropped on his you-know-what that looked like he got hit by a car.
Yeah.
And he pops up and you could tell he's a little like, whoa, and kind of go. It was so intense. And if I'm the Oilers coach or the Oilers team president or the owner, I'm like, did my guy just get his head taken off in a game that I'm not
That doesn't matter?
That doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Doesn't matter to me. Now, I'm sure
Doesn't count
national
towards the
pride,
Stanley Cup.
Right.
Yeah.
National pride, all that stuff. I'm not saying it's not important. It is, but I could not get over the level of intensity.
No,
and
hockey's
just
a different breed.
Seeing it. But the hockey thing, DeMarco, I know you said you never. The hockey All-Star game prior to this was just as bad as the NBA.
I think that's why I didn't watch it.
It was just as it was stupid and boring, and there was no contact, and they were doing three. It was goofy.
Yeah. When I started watching hockey, I got into it for the goonery.
Yeah,
I like the.
You would have liked this.
I like the impacts. I used to like the fighting. I get it. And then when you go to the All-Star game, there's none of that. So what?
No,
this is not fun for me.
No, and then in the playoffs, there's not a ton of that either because
there's a lot of hits though.
Tons of hits.
Tons of
very
hits.
few fights.
Yes, tons of hits. I love watching playoff intensity hockey, but basketball, trying to ratchet up the intensity. Ask me who was the only guy out there playing hard, in my opinion.
Who?
He's the face of the league, the future face of the league.
Wemby.
That's your only hope.
Yeah.
He seems like he's taking it back to the old school where it actually
Maybe
matters.
they'll start to, and it's his first one.
I hope so.
All of that, there was that element too. I saw this. They said this during the broadcast
and
of the
LeBron
hockey.
setting out. That
LeBron
said it all.
I want to talk about LeBron coming up next, but they said this in going into the third period of the hockey game on Saturday night. So I believe there are 30 NHL teams. There might be 31 with the addition of the Kraken, but of the entire season prior to this Four Nations break, there had been 5 games all season long that had 3 fights.
Hey, man.
So
Bro,
5 games
players
in,
with a grudge.
in the whole league, they'd had 5 games where there were 3 fights. Like you have just as much a chance to go to a Kings game or a Ducks game and not see a fight as you do, right? There may be one every other game or so. That's kind of the average. 5 games, all 31 teams with 3 fights. 3 fights in an exhibition game.
Nuts.
Awesome.
Did you ever meet an enforcer type dude?
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah.
They're such nice guys.
They're almost always one of the more thoughtful guys on the team.
And they're talking just like me and you as putting our sticks down. Hey, how do you feel about fighting? Do you want to go?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Drop the gloves. Beat each other up.
This was nuts.
I know.
It was nuts. And I can't wait to see because the Americans are into the gold medal, the championship game. They'll figure out who they're going to play based on the earlier game and then ties and all that stuff.
We need wins. We need wins.
We need competition.
Yes.
And it was great. All right. The Lakers, like you mentioned, LeBron James did not play. 20 in a row streak snapped. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Let's talk about our pal Joseph S. Normand DeMarco.
Yes.
213-747-2000. That's the name you call. That's the number you call. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand if you're involved, if you're hurt in an accident.
Yes. And look, accidents are devastating, and you need someone that's in your corner. We talk to Joe, I guess, a lot more than most people. He is so cool, so thoughtful, and the stories he tells about going after insurance companies.
Yep.
Man, insurance companies. Can I say what I really feel about insurance companies?
Carefully,
I'll
yes.
edit. Look, anything you say to them can and will be used against you. Joe proved that to me. So make sure you have someone in your corner. Call Joe.
I know it's weird because you pay the insurance company every month and you think that they're on your side because you give them all of your money.
Yeah.
When it comes time for you to get some of that money back, no. They're not going to hook you up.
God, short fingers,
That's why Joe needs to be your first call. 213-747-2000. If you're hurt in an accident, if you get injured, call the law office of
falls
Joseph
on your head.
S. Normand. 213-747-2000 and normandlegal.com.
Make sure to tell them Travis and DeMarco sent you.
and John Ireland, today at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Mace. Want a new game to get excited about? Check out Chumba Casino, your favorite online social casino. It's free to play, no strings attached. Enjoy social casino games like bingo, slingo, and slots and more with new releases every week, whether you're at home or on the go. Play for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Get started today at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, everyone. This is Ramona Shelburne. Did you know that Children's Hospital of Los Angeles isn't just a local favorite? They're ranked one of the best pediatric hospitals in the country by U.S. News and World Report. With nearly 15,000 surgeries a year, they handle more complex procedures than any other hospital in Southern California. That's major league expertise right in our backyard. When it comes to your child's health, CHLA is playing in a league of their own.
Hey, it's Mace. Did you know Goodwill Southern California is more than just amazing thrift finds? They're transforming lives with job training, career placement, and support services for veterans, youth, and individuals overcoming barriers to employment. Every donation and purchase fuels these life-changing programs. For more on how you can help, go to powerofwork.goodwillsocal.org. That's powerofwork.goodwillsocal.org. Brought to you by GSC Verizon Skill Forward.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Need to find a bad romance. I'll give you $100 if you name who this is.
Lady
I'm kidding.
Gaga. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you looked at me in the eye. I knew you were ready. Yeah.
No, I
rescinded that bet.
I'm like, I don't know.
She opened up the SNL concert. She with Andy Samberg. They did the kind of like Lonely Island mashup. That was pretty funny. You know what in a box. You know.
Yeah, yeah. She gives me a little bit of Cher vibes, right?
Yeah, I can see
that.
Yeah.
And Cher was
Big
pretty
performer.
funny.
Oh,
Well, that was right on beat. Yeah.
And she performed at the concert as well on Friday.
Oh, she performed. Who did she perform with?
I think she performed by herself.
Was she
at
by
first, at
herself?
least, but she did a Turn Back Time.
You know that Die With a Smile song?
Yeah.
I cannot hear her. All I hear is Bruno Mars. I would not sing a duet with him. He always
Does he?
That's the
blow you
only
off the
person I
stage?
hear.
I mean, well, Petit.
Yeah, I only hear him
Rose.
too. Yes,
No,
yes.
you hear Rose a little bit.
When he's not singing, when they're
Yeah.
both singing, I only hear him. Yeah, it's crazy.
With Lady Gaga?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's got a big voice, though.
Huge voice.
That she's getting blown out.
I
is
disagree
weird.
with DeMarco. I can hear Lady
Yeah,
Gaga, but you know,
When he's singing with someone at the
Yeah.
same time, I only hear him.
Okay.
Maybe it's my ears. I don't know.
You're tuned in to Bruno Mars?
It must be. It must be. Must be. Yes.
Let's try a quick phone call here. Let's go to Alhambra and Tony. Tony, you're on with Travis and DeMarco. What's going on, Tony?
Hey, guys. Good morning. How we doing this morning?
Chilling.
All right. Great. So I think I have the solution to the fiasco that is the NBA All-Star game.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe, we need to take a page out of the old MLB book and maybe go back to East versus West and, for home court advantage for the finals.
I like that. Take it back to the old school East-West, and the winner gets the advantage in the playoffs.
But why would you want to take an incentive like that, which is a valuable thing to have, right? The game, theoretically, what your advantage is Game 7 in the NBA Finals is on your floor.
Is on your home floor,
right?
Yes.
But let's say the Celtics go out there and I'm just making stuff up. They win 62 or 3 games, and the team in the West wins 54 that ends up as the top seed. And the Celtics, because they lost the All-Star game, don't get that game at home, even though they played 82 better games than the other guy.
I'm assuming a 62-game winner is probably going to have All-Stars on it.
Well, yeah, but it's one game. It's an All-Star game, and all of a sudden you just have you know what I mean? Like, I would rather have...
I mean, it's
100.
The
100 or so games they're going to play in the regular season should be more valuable than the one that they stop down. Because it could be where the Celtics, instead of winning all their games, that some guy from the Cavs has a terrible night, or some guy from the Steph Curry makes 10 threes and is not even going to go to the finals, and he swings it back to the West. That seems like a weird deal to me.
If you got like a 62-win Celtics that are out there playing for the East, and you got Tatum and you got Brown, and they realize you get home field advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Those two guys may step up and just start raining threes at the end.
Yeah.
Makes it a little more competitive. I don't know.
Maybe.
But I do like the East versus West. Let's just go back to basics, because this whole team stuff is dumb.
It is dumb. I'm with you on that.
It's stupid.
But the East versus West is kind of how we got to where we are right now, where they just lost its juice. It
might be pretty cool though. If you just go West Coast versus East, I mean, that may be
maybe.
fun.
Look, but that's what they did forever and ever, and this thing ran out of gas.
I mean, it changed only like 3 years ago.
I know.
We weren't watching 3 years
Try it
ago.
again. Go back to it. I mean, all these gadgets and gimmicks. It's stupid.
I think the U.S. versus the world may be something to try. I know Wemby was talking about he might be into that. And here, I don't know how you do it, short of just asking for it and hoping that they respond, or like to your point, DeMarco, which I think is an interesting one, about Wembanyama seemed invested in this.
He seemed like the only one out there that actually cared and played hard. I mean, that's hard to say. I'm not out there, but
I know exactly what you mean.
Through the TV,
yes. And maybe when he is the face of the league, that he can set that tone and the game will morph back into something that's a little more competitive. But you have to make, I don't want to say it like that. They need to care. I don't know how you make them care, but they need to care, because you saw it on full display. This is what it looks like when nobody cares, and you have your own players, and it wasn't just Draymond, but a bunch of guys are like, yeah, this kind of sucks. And then you have the hockey, where clearly it was played on NHL rules and an NHL rink, NHL, all of these things, and they cared because they made it about country.
Yeah.
And they played like it, that it was deeply important to them. It had an intensity that was above and beyond anything. I don't know how you put that intensity in anything else.
If you did that with professional basketball, I think you'll get the intensity you want, because no one wants to lose for their country.
So do you do a little, because this is what hockey basically, they shut the league down for a week or so, a little bit more, and they picked 4 teams. Okay, Sweden, Finland, Canada, U.S. There's enough players to do a little 4-team tournament. So do you do U.S., France, Serbia, and another, or like a wild card where you put everybody together?
We'd have to look at the breakdown. I don't know.
I like just totally combining teams, because I want to see, like, the Olympics. USA always wins because they have more good players on one team.
But we're getting closer to that not being true.
Yeah.
Right? Like France gave them a run. Serbia gave them a run. We've seen Spain in previous years.
Since the Dream Team, things have changed.
It's gotten I agree with you. I worry almost like the opposite, where if you put every good international player on one team, if they're not better than the American team.
I'm scared about that.
Yeah.
And that's good TV. But then you'll have like LeBron playing hard. You're having Steph playing hard.
Guarantee people you get everybody playing and you get the intensity you want. If that's your fix, that would work in the NBA. To get them to care and play hard, that would be it.
I hope so.
You can't throw money out there.
Money doesn't matter.
Going one-on-one might be fun. Like what do you call that?
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill. That might be fun to see guys go one-on-one. I'd love to see that. That might be more interesting.
If they really went at it, that would be interesting.
I think you would. Like if it's 1v1, I think you might get that competition.
If you got Kevin Durant going as hard as he could against Giannis Antetokounmpo going as hard as he could, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But that would be a challenge,
But
right?
for team basketball, the stuff we like, I think you'd have to do just like what the NHL just did. And it would be America versus everyone else. Because I'm not sure if Slovenia has that many players.
They don't have enough. Like, you'd have to put Jokic.
Germany.
But think just off the top of my head, Jokic, Wembanyama, Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
You got some problems.
You've got some
Jamal Murray.
Yeah. You've got some really good players that are international. Never mind just all the kind of the rank and file guys. Just you have 5 megastars that you could put on that team.
Yeah. Who's our top American player didn't play
right now?
Yeah.
The best American player.
Wouldn't that be LeBron?
Not anymore.
I mean,
he's the most famous.
He's the guy.
He's
right.
the most decorated. He's the most accomplished.
Yeah.
But it's probably not him. It's probably not Durant. It's probably not Curry. Is it Jason Tatum? Is it?
Might be one of those.
Anthony Edwards.
Ja Morant.
Maybe Ja Morant.
Versus the rest of the world.
Yeah.
I'd see. Now you got me going. I'm
But
nervous about that game. Yeah.
If you had this year's Olympic team with LeBron, Curry, Durant, and Anthony Edwards and all them playing against those, I think it's still going to be a very competitive game, and I could see LeBron trying to turn up the energy on that.
Do we have an American center?
Chet.
That's our American center.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. It's just off the top of my head. Chet.
Where is John Thompson and Georgetown when you need him?
Or if Embiid wants to play for us again.
Who?
Embiid wants to play for
Embiid.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. We'll take him.
Embiid, by the way, probably should have skipped the Olympics because he hasn't played all season long.
My God,
at least
crazy.
It certainly seems that way. The Far Side is coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Here's what is not competitive either. Dealer of the Year awards for Chevrolet because Rotolo wins every year. Rotolo is the runaway All-Star Game winner of Dealer of the Year 13 years in a row at Rotolo Chevrolet. And they follow the same formula. It works for them, right? Customer service, second to none. Making sure that you know every step of the sales process, every step of the way. From the moment you walk on the lot to the moment you leave with your new Silverado or any of your Chevy cars and trucks, Rotolo Chevrolet is going to make sure that you know exactly what's up. That's what Mike Capozio insists on. That's why he's dancing on TV. That's why I love those guys the way that I do, and I've worked with them for as long as I have because I am a huge fan of how they do their business. Right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit, you cannot miss Rotolo Chevrolet, a sea of Silverados. And if Fontana's a little bit out of your backyard, doesn't mean you can't still get that great deal from Rotolo Chevrolet. RotoloChevy.com, ROTOLO, RotoloChevy.com. Whether you go into the store in Fontana or whether you go online, make sure they know that Travis sent you in to Rotolo Chevrolet.
The city of champions just got even brighter.
From Slovenia, Luka Doncic.
Luka's rocking the purple and gold, teaming up with LeBron, the king himself.
Here comes LeBron back the other way. LeBron down the middle. Another three. Good again.
And don't forget about Austin Reeves, ready to shine.
Stolen by Austin Reeves. Reeves to the rim. Slam dunk for a new career high.
Catch all the action, all the passion, all the drama, all the big shots.
Doncic dribbling one-on-one against Walker Kessler. Three-pointer over Kessler. It's good. Luka's first three is a Laker, and the place goes nuts.
Follow the Lake Show all season long as they look to make history. Luka, LeBron, and the Lake Show live here.
But how dangerous can this team be?
Very dangerous.
On 710 ESPN.
So Mark Reel from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN-710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 16, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology to match your forward-thinking spirit and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
You know, now we're talking about hockey, and my intro to hockey was in St. Louis, and I became a Blues fan, and I hooked up with one of the biggest enforcers in NHL history. His name is Tony Twist.
Oh, yeah, I remember Tony Twist.
The heavyweight champion of the world.
He was a bad man.
Shut your mouth. That dude. Great guy. So I met him at Ozzy's. Ozzy Smith had a restaurant, and they had this big function where they brought the Rams, the Cardinals, and the Blues together.
Okay.
So that's where I met him. Told him I'd never been to a hockey game. This is where he laughed. He and his wife, Jocelyn, then wife. When I said I thought icing was when you sprayed ice on the puck.
Okay.
And they got a great chuckle out of it. Oh,
sure.
you need to come to a game, chum. Here's your ticket. So I went and saw this game.
That's a pretty good Canadian accent.
You got to
by the
come
way,
to this
DeMarco.
game, chum. So I went and saw this thing, right? And I'm waiting. I think I told you the story before. I'm sitting there with my teammates. It's a couple of he gave me 4 tickets. And
So
like,
you are at the game with 3 football teammates?
Yes.
Okay.
Watching the Blues. And we've never been to a hockey game, and it was absolutely lit. We were hooked. I was hooked.
Sure.
I'd never seen people skate that fast or move
incredible.
that fast. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Love the goalie. They had a goalie named Grant Fuhr at the time.
Oh, I remember he played for the Oilers forever and ever. Kings, too.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Found out he's actually a black dude.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Well,
I
he wears
could
a
not
mask.
tell.
You
I
couldn't
could
see
not
him.
tell. Wow,
Yeah.
you're Grant Fuhr? No way. Now I really love you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sitting there, I'm watching, and Tony doesn't get on the ice, right? So my friends are laughing at me, my teammates. Your boy sucks. He doesn't even play. Stop and play. Tony hops over the boards. The whole place is going nuts.
Yeah.
I said, I told you he's good. He's famous. Watch. He's going to score a goal.
No, he's not.
They drop the puck. He dropped the gloves and starts beating this guy up. And I'm like, oh, my God, he's crazy.
Yeah.
He's insane. So I think I'm sure I've told the story. So end of the night, go down to the dressing room. I can't wait to see Tony. I'm in shock by what I just saw. I'm like, oh, my God, this is crazy. So Tony comes out, and I'm facing him. Behind him is walking the guy that he just fought. So I get into that position
Oh,
like
you think it's about to happen again?
they're going to go again.
Yeah.
Tony turns around. He hugs the guy. We go out and drink with him that night.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here shocked. I'm like, didn't he just break your cheekbone like 3 hours ago? Oh, yeah, but it's all good. He's going to buy pizza tonight.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I don't get that.
Atmosphere.
I that's the culture of hockey.
Yeah.
And where they can literally pound each other's faces in, and the fight is over.
Yeah.
And it's over.
But literally listening to these two guys, and they have the same job. They knew they were going to fight the minute this was on the schedule.
Right.
How they feel about their players, how they feel about protecting their teammates, it's unbelievable. It's passionate and it's deep, and that's their role. I have to watch out for the star. It's beyond the official.
You don't get to do the things you're not allowed to do to him.
Right.
And if you do,
Without paying a price.
you have to deal with me.
Yes, and
Yeah.
they all know each other, and it's this weird little traveling circus. I know I'm going to fight you tonight, or I don't want to fight you tonight. I'll ask you.
Right.
I don't want, my hand kind of hurts. Okay, we'll move on to the next guy.
There's a code to it. There's rules to it. That
Insane.
Yeah.
I see why if you put countries involved with hockey. Number one, I think they get it. They're playing for more than just money. Most of them are. It's for pride. It's for your teammates, and you have designated roles. And this is what you've been doing since you were 14 years old. It's weird. I get that, but seeing that up close and not being a part of it, like being a Martian in that, it's weird.
No, the hockey culture is a very specific culture.
Yeah.
The rules that govern the interactions between the players are very specific. Every sport has its own unwritten rules of what you do and what you don't do. And, baseball's got a million of them. Hockey, I'm sure football has a million of them too. But hockey players, for the most part, are more team-oriented. The only sport that I think comes even close to it, and I think there's a gap, is football. And it's not a coincidence that both of them are violent sports where you can get hurt bad.
It's primal.
Right.
Yeah.
And I have to lay hands on you to get what I need to get done.
Part of it is contact and force.
Yes. And there's a understanding that if you are not doing it right, you're going to get knocked out.
Yes.
And that's just, we all accept the risk going in there, but those guys are more team-oriented than any athletes that I've seen. More than baseball, more than basketball, and I think a little bit more than football, though football's close.
This is where I thought I was going to die, to put a bow on this story. Okay, so Tony and the Blues were going through contract negotiation. Tony got mad and did what you're not supposed to do on a motorcycle. He was riding angry.
Okay.
And he T-boned a car, and he broke his pelvis.
Oh, God.
Career done. So a lot of stuff happened to Tony, and including, like I said, the first missed his twist.
Yeah.
So there was a time when his wife had moved out, and he couldn't find her. So he had going around looking at certain houses for his wife. So I opened the door, and there's a pissed off Canadian on my doorstep, in that stance like he wants to go again.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Yeah.
Take a look.
Yeah.
And then go.
Yeah.
It was weird, right?
He knocked on your door.
Oh my! Of course, everybody he knew he was looking for and could not find. It was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to fight this enforcer right here in Chesterfield, Missouri. Yeah, this is scary. Yes.
Yeah, I don't think you want that.
No, God no.
Yeah, I don't. Look, I know you, and I think that you're gonna handle yourself pretty well almost every time. I don't think you want that.
Travis, I picked him up for a game.
Yeah.
I was going to take him. I could not wait. I'm going in with the players. So I pick him up. He's sitting on the driveway, right, on the curb, banging his fist into cement.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah. Why are you doing that? Well, I have to hit helmets tonight. I just want to make sure my hands are numb. No, I want no part of that. Come on in, check. There you go.
Bad.
Check the bathroom, too.
Go wherever you'd like.
Whatever you want.
Mr. Twist. Yeah, it was great. The Canadians and the Finns get going here in about 5 minutes. And if whoever wins this game wins in regulation, they will play the Americans in the championship game. If they go into overtime, then the Swedes have a chance to go into the championship
Please
game.
boo the national anthem again.
Yeah. Well,
please,
it'd be interesting.
I dare you.
The Americans can kind of just put their feet up in this one later tonight. Doesn't matter. They're in already.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how they go about playing it. Shohei Ohtani threw his first bullpen session, and I was watching it, DeMarco. It reminded me of something our new pal Mickey Hatcher told us last week. We'll get into that coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The City of Stars has a new superstar.
Luka Doncic joining forces with the Los Angeles Lakers is a seismic event in NBA history.
The home of Luka and the Lakers is 710 ESPN.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement, and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Hey, it's Mace. Looking for some fun? Dive into Chumba Casino, your ultimate destination for free, fun-to-play social casino games. Play slots, bingo, and more whenever and wherever you want. With new games dropping every week, there's always something fresh. Lounge on the sofa or play on the go. Play now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Waba Grill. It's for you.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
Only one all-star defense team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
But since I survived, I realized.
Tell me if you can hear Lady Gaga.
Wherever you go, that's where
Not yet.
Well, she isn't singing.
Oh, I figured as much. All right, Bruno.
This is the beginning. Yeah. Hold on. I get chilled on this. Oh,
I've heard this one, I think.
I feel like it's mostly him singing.
Isn't it though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
She hasn't come in yet. Yeah.
Has she sang?
She hasn't come in yet.
Sing like
Yeah.
towards the end, and you
Okay.
can hear her clearly.
Yeah. We'll skip
we'll
to
cue
that
it up.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah. But see if you can hear her in this. And I love Lady Gaga's voice. I do. I bought most of her stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. But I can barely hear her when he's singing.
I'm waiting.
Yeah. A little bit more. Yeah.
I hear her.
Keep going.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but maybe it's
You
just
can
because
hear her?
I'm really listening
Especially
for
this
her.
part.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't know that was her if you didn't tell me.
Not if they're
Exactly,
doing a
but I would
duet.
know that's him. Yeah. That's crazy.
I'm not good at
Yeah.
You know what I've decided?
Yeah.
Fraternity houses are disgusting.
Yeah, but they're supposed to be.
Yeah, like a new concept.
What'd you
my
think?
God.
It's a bunch of dudes.
I know, but
Come
so Michael takes us to a couple of different places over the weekend. We
Yeah.
went up for Parents' Weekend, and he is currently in the process of they don't call them pledges anymore. I forget what the candidates is what they're called now.
Can't call them pledges anymore?
No, they're
Oh,
they're
is that illegal?
candidates.
Okay.
They're,
Must have been relatively recent because they called them that at my school.
I'm just saying, you're getting up there, Em. I don't know if
Yeah.
you know this or
I know,
not.
it's about
but
like 6-7 years,
It
yeah.
happens fast. And he's like, yeah, we cleaned it up. Looks good, right? And I'm like, I don't even want to put my shoes on the floor
Disgusting.
here, much
Yeah,
less
yeah.
touch anything. He's like, no, it looked a lot worse. I'm like,
They had the tennis
Impossible.
ball rule. We had the football frat. It was Theta Chi. It was just the beer drinking Animal House frat. So
Yeah.
they had the tennis ball test to
Which
see if
was?
the floor was clean. If you roll the tennis ball and it rolls all the way to the kitchen,
Clean enough.
Most of the time, it gets a foot and a half and just sticks. Right. That's what I'm saying. It's a bunch of dudes. What'd you expect? Come on.
It was. Look, I was in college. I was messy. I was gross like everywhere else. My kitchen floor actually had a weed growing through the crack in the linoleum. So I'm familiar with gross places.
Yes.
My place looked like an operating room compared to this thing.
Come
Men
on.
are disgusting.
Like it was
Sorry.
aggressive.
No, you didn't have to go all the way there, no.
I mean, y'all are gross.
Teenage youngsters, frat boys are gross. We're not gross. I keep my place clean.
I do too.
Thank you.
I keep my
We're
area.
men.
Yes.
Okay, college men
Yeah.
are disgusting.
When did you transition into, you know what, I'd just rather keep this clean? I don't want to live in my own
I
filth.
was always a clean dude.
You were.
I was the dude that would like, hey, come wash your stuff.
Okay.
Like we had a rule: don't leave your stuff in the sink.
Okay.
Come get it out. Come wash your
then
stuff.
you are,
Absolutely.
Okay, then you are way ahead of the curve.
I mean, but in my room,
Yeah.
if I didn't want to do the laundry, I'll throw it in the closet. But
Yeah.
you're not going to see it. But
Yeah.
yeah. I wasn't the tidy guy, but we're not going to be nasty in here.
I was 26, 7.
Yeah.
Before it's like, okay, I don't want to live like this anymore.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
well, no, I had to
yeah,
be.
yeah.
No, I was married by then, so maybe it was a little 24, something
That's
like
pretty
that.
good though, Trav, because I was like a while ago I read a study that men only change their sheets like 4 times a year, and that's disgusting to me.
That's one of the first things you ever said to me. Like, when do you change your bed sheets?
Remember? That was a long time
That was a
ago.
long time ago. Yeah, I'm like, that's
Disgusting.
pretty forward, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, once a week for sure.
Definitely. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Yeah.
normal?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I do once a week.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
I do it like a little bit. I'm like a clean freak because I've talked about this.
Are
you know,
quite clean
Good.
freaky.
Good
but
for
I
you.
also like grew up in a household where my mom was very
tidy.
Yeah,
Me too.
Like, she was very.
But I just resent the men are slobs because I know some women that are
Well,
slobs.
Oh, that's true. I
Yeah,
think that's
yes.
Let
a
me
lot.
help Laura. I'm going to throw a log
Yeah.
on Laura's fire here. This is going to help your argument.
Okay.
I had a teammate who would go to practice. Okay.
Yeah.
Now at Santa Barbara in the early 1990s, we didn't have a locker room. We didn't have laundry facilities. We were responsible for doing all our own stuff. Okay. So we would go to practice, and ride our bikes home, and you had to wash your practice stuff at the dorm laundry room and get all your stuff. So we didn't have you didn't leave your stuff somewhere and you'd show up the next day with clean stuff.
Oh, okay.
You were responsible.
You had to clean it.
You had to
Okay.
clean it yourself.
Yeah.
And most of us would clean our stuff maybe once a week, every other week. Like you would have a bunch of sliding shorts that you could change every day, but your pants and all that kind of stuff, you just kind of roll it until you couldn't tolerate it anymore.
Yeah. There's a certain odor that comes with it.
I had a teammate that would come home from practice every day and get in bed in his baseball stuff.
Come on.
And never changed his sheets for the entire year.
Out him. Please say his name. We need to know who this is.
It was
That's
so
disgusting.
aggressive. It was to the point where I'm not going in that room. I'm not going. It was awful. Awful. So
I can't these people that only shower once a week. Like it's a real thing. That's gross. Okay. Yeah. Besides the point. But yes, wash yourself.
Wash your sheets. Wash
But I
your
think
sheets.
once a week is fine, unless you have something else that
Your
you need to
sheets?
wash it for. Yeah.
There you go. Fair enough.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Once a week is fine.
Yeah.
If you wanted to throw it in there every 5 days, that's fine too.
Yeah. I heard that other part. Unless.
Sometimes they need it before then.
Unless.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes that's how it goes. All right.
Landman
Shohei
stuff.
Ohtani threw his first bullpen of the season.
Yeah.
Just fastballs, 2-seamers, 4-seamers, and just kind of, they're hoping he's ready to pitch by sometime in May. That's kind of their goal, and I think that's a realistic goal. He's coming back from his second arm surgery.
You're not throwing hard, are you? You just
his fastball, according to the numbers that I saw, was in the low 90s, like 92, 93.
Okay.
So
three-quarter speed?
Well, if his top speed is 96 or 7, he's
Okay.
not quite maxed out, but you're in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's getting there. So Mickey Hatcher came on with us a couple Mondays ago and was talking about Ohtani and obviously his return to pitching and him trying to do what he's trying to do all over again. And he said that he's of the opinion that they should just leave him as exclusively as an offensive player. And at the time, I'm like, no, you got this guy that's a unicorn like that. Why not try to do it? The more I thought about it, the more I still think you try to get what you can out of him as a pitcher until he's no longer an effective pitcher. But I think that's probably a little sooner than we think.
Okay, why? Why do you need to get the most out of him as a pitcher? Because in the grand scheme of things, you want World Series champion. You want titles, right?
Correct.
Do you need him to pitch to get a World Series?
Gives me a better chance.
With all the arms you have now.
Yeah, he's one of the best pitchers in the world. He's one of the 10 best pitchers in the world.
With Snell, Glasnow, do you really need him?
They might be the 10 best too, but my point is, if you're not, he is one of the best pitchers in the world. It's not like he's, and I don't mean to be disrespectful like this, he's not Tony Gonsolin. He's more Blake Snell than he is Gonsolin. He is one of the very best pitchers in baseball. So to not use him,
you need him to win.
It gives you a better chance if he pitches. He is not just a guy; he is a high level guy. So if with him, you have a better chance. Like me,
second arm surgery, right? Second elbow. Well, I dang sure wouldn't rush him back. Because I don't need to rush him back. I don't think you need him to pitch to win, period.
I gives you a better chance. I think the question mark becomes if he is a good pitcher, not a great pitcher. And if he's a good pitcher and it affects his offensive production, at what level do those two sliding scales make it, you know what, let's just go back? Because he's a 50-50 guy, right? I think 59 steals, 54 homers. He's not going to be. We've never seen it in history. Nobody's going to back-to-back that thing, I don't think. But
you never know.
But let's say he goes from a 50-50 guy as a offensive only to a 25-25 guy or a 30-25 guy.
Then you got to pitch.
No. What I'm saying, he's pitching and he's giving you good pitching
he's
stuff,
pitching and then giving
but
me
it's
that?
clearly affected his offensive production. Would you rather have a guy that's an A triple plus offensive player or an A offensive player and a B plus B pitcher.
I would always pick the pitcher. Give me the ace over the hot bat.
Oh, I don't think that's on the
I thought that's where you're going. Okay.
No, I'm saying if he's going to give up one, it will be the pitching because that breaks way more.
Yeah, but if he's pitching better than he's hitting, like way better than he's hitting,
I don't think
then stay pitching.
My guess what I'm getting at is I think the likely scenario is his offense starts to backslide. His pitching kind of two arm surgery guys they're not a ton of them, and the results are very mixed. So if he was an A before he got that second surgery, let's say he comes back and he's a B or a B minus as a pitcher,
then
do you shut it down?
Then your job is to be that guy at the plate, my leadoff guy, get on base. It makes total sense. I'm glad Mickey said that. I mean, at some point, I'm like, do you really need him to be a two-way guy? Is that the way they say it in baseball? Mm-hmm. Do you really need him to be that guy? I don't think you do. Not the way you're built now. If this was 10 years ago and he's all you got,
is? Yeah. So I think this is like, you're at the poker table and you're asking, with him as a two-way guy, you got four aces in your hand. With him as just an offensive player, you got a full house. Like I can still win. I can still win the pot with a full house.
Yeah.
But with four aces, I'm virtually guaranteed of this thing.
Okay.
So I think that's kind of the sliding scale. Or if he pitches and his offense starts to come down, maybe you don't have a full house. Maybe you got three of a kind.
If he tears up the arm pitching, can I still use him at the plate?
I think so. I think he made that pretty clear last year because he didn't pitch at all and he was clearly not limited offensively at all.
Not going to affect him there. Then fine. I mean, but I don't really think you need to have Ohtani pitch. I'm trying not to take a shot at the Angels.
Yeah.
If this were the Angels, then you need both to compete. You need him to be a top-flight pitcher and a hitter.
Yeah.
Here, different, man.
I think that the Dodgers the Dodgers infrastructure allows him to be better at both because of what you've been saying.
Yeah.
Because I don't need him to pitch every fifth or sixth day because he's not. When he was with the Angels, he was their best pitcher and it wasn't close.
Right.
Here, he might be their best pitcher.
Yeah,
but
you're one of them.
But you could make a case for some other guys.
You're one of the best pitchers we have, and I don't think you have to risk that arm.
Yeah.
If Ohtani wanted to pitch, he would pitch, right? Because last year, it seemed like his goal was to get to 40-40. Mm-hmm. And, you didn't need him, quote unquote, to steal as many bases as he did, but he wanted to do this because he wanted to get this record because maybe it's the only year that he could have because of his pitching duties.
I think it's likely.
And this year could be, he hasn't won a Cy Young, correct?
No.
Yeah.
This could be a goal that he wants. I want to achieve these goals, and I'm going to do it whether you want me to or not.
You're
and so
a pitcher,
if Ohtani
right?
wants it, does he do it?
You have to pitch if you're a pitcher.
What do you mean?
Are you
like
a
to
pitcher?
be sharp?
No. Are you a pitcher?
I don't understand
That's your
the question.
mindset, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, see, that's a great point, DeMarco.
Yeah, if you're a pitcher, you got to pitch.
I think he is able to throw that switch between today, I'm a hitter, tomorrow, I'm a...
Like if he never pitches again, is he going to be sad?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I mean.
Because I think he's got
that.
Yeah. I think he's got that thing where... Because if he were just a two-way guy who is... I've always used this as the example. Let's say he was a two-way guy that was at the offensive equivalent of, say... Kike Hernandez and the pitching equivalent of Tony Gonsolin. That's an amazing player.
Yep.
But that's
You're more
not
of a pitcher.
That's not what he is. What he is he's the best offensive player in the league, and he's one of the 10 best pitchers in the league. He's both at an extremely high level.
Yeah.
And I never really thought about that. Like if all of a sudden the pitching went away, does that affect his approach at all, or does he just go even further down the road offensively?
You spent half your life pitching. Okay, now you're done.
But I never had to worry about that other side of the game because I sucked at it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like it was never an option to me. I was not good at that part of the game. I was barely passable.
Yeah,
the other side I was really good at. Well, so all my attention went into it. To be that gifted at both is remarkable.
To answer your question, if Shohei Ohtani, and this is just like LeBron and the Lakers. If Shohei Ohtani says, I want to pitch, I don't think the Dodgers can stop him.
They got to at least let him pitch for a while and let their point be made naturally.
Yeah.
Like if they wanted to roll that back, that needs to happen a little bit more organically than them sitting him down and saying, hey, listen.
You're done.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
The offense... The other team needs to tell you this isn't good for you.
Right. The first time you get shelled, you're done.
The other pitchers need to tell you, hey, look, man, you're fifth. You used to wear this guy out. He's carving you up right now. You're just exhausted. You can make that case.
Absolutely.
You can make
no
that
doubt.
case. I did have a moment over the weekend, too, listening to Andrew Friedman that made me go, you know what? He didn't know anything more than I did. And it was exciting.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. It was really cool. It's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. All right, let's talk about Next Gen, the official air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical team of SoCal sports fans. And they are offering you right now an incredible deal, an $88 system tune-up and replacement expertise, if in fact you need it. But check this out. You've got your heating, your AC system, and we're kind of in that weird spot where it's cold one day. The air conditioning, you're going to be running it before you know. So whether it's just to keep what you have going in your house right now in tip-top shape with a quick tune-up, or you got to replace an old system, Next Gen's here to help you keep yours safe, home, and comfortable. Right now, they're offering ESPN LA listeners a heating and AC tune-up for just $88. They're expert technicians. I've had them out to my house. They're going to make sure that your system is running safe and smooth so you can enjoy total home comfort all year long. We're talking lifetime warranties, financing options, 5-star services, 7-day-a-week availability. No matter what it is at NextGen, they have you covered. So don't wait. Call 833-3NEXTGen. And don't forget, if it's time for a replacement, NextGen can help you with that as well. 833-3NEXTGen.
The game. It's about the whole experience. With Absolute Sport, that experience is built around you. Whether it's an El Clasico match followed by a night in Madrid, oh yeah, or a company outing at the U.S. Open, they'll customize everything to fit your perfect trip. If your event has a ticket, they'll build a package around it. So what are you waiting for? Visit us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport and make your dream trip a reality.
Hey, everybody, excited to have with me in studio the one and only Dr. Monica Madden from Beverly Hills Ortho. Hi, Dr. Madden.
Hi, thanks for having me. This is exciting.
All right, let's get to why we want everybody to listen carefully, because you have a special offer for ESPN LA listeners. Tell me about it.
We're really happy to be part of the ESPN LA family and so grateful for everyone listening right now. We are giving the first 5 people who register now and every time this airs $1,000 off Invisalign or braces treatment. Just go to BeverlyHillsOrtho.com and enter the code SMILE and you're on your way.
So enter the code SMILE at BeverlyHillsOrtho.com and I could get $1,000 off Invisalign?
Yes, absolutely.
And what if I wanted to just call the office? Can I get the offer that way?
Yes, absolutely. Just say SMILE and you heard it on ESPN.
877-7, let's do this.
Yes.
Or, Monica, as I like to say, BeverlyHillsOrtho.com.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and switch to the expensive shampoo with amino acids. Sure, you don't know what those are or why you need them, but it sounds very impressive. And if you switch and save hundreds, you can massage it into your scalp every day. Now, if only you can get people to lean toward your head to smell those aminos. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For shampoo. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
So you played in one Pro Bowl.
One.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was like right before the game? What was the vibe? Just like
I was
fun,
excited. We were excited.
Nervous.
No, excited to go play. You know, and you're kind of taking your P's and Q's from the veterans. So, you know, we were kind of brother-in-law.
How many years had you been in the league at that point?
This is 6.
Okay.
6.
Okay.
What were you saying with your friend, the guy that you were playing basketball against? You guys had this unwritten agreement.
Yeah.
It just kind of wink, wink. It's
Right.
kind of brother-in-law. So
Right.
you're kind of brother-in-law with your guy. How hard are we going?
Right.
And then you match that tempo. And then in the fourth quarter, you play all out. Junior Seau,
really all out.
All out. 'Cause
Okay.
there's money on the line.
Yeah.
So that's how they did it with every other Pro Bowl. So they kind of school you to that. Hey, first 3 quarters, take it easy. Fourth quarters, go. Because there's money on the line. Junior Seau didn't care. He was going 1,000 miles an hour.
From the jump.
From snap number 1.
Okay.
So if he's going, I'm going. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there were guys that were taking it seriously. It was competition. It was fun. There were some guys that were in like their 4th or 5th Pro Bowl. Hey, look, just take it easy, man.
Yeah.
Relax. You know.
Yeah.
I get it. It's your first one. Go ahead and play.
Would they tell you?
Kind of,
Or was
without
it-
saying it.
yeah.
The old lineman would give you that look if you go too hard. Like, really?
Yeah.
You know, we can ratchet this up if you want, but nobody wants to do that. Right.
We just finished 5 months of
Right.
this. You really?
Yeah.
Let's not.
And you can take liberties like when they pull a guard.
Yeah.
Right? And you can see it coming. I can get in the back door and hit you for a tackle for loss. But
Yeah.
then that center's going to look like, okay, next time I'm going to cut you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
take it easy. We'll all get out of this healthy.
I'm asking because they're getting ready to. Finland and Canada are getting ready to play in this Four Nations Cup, and anybody that saw the U.S. Canada over the weekend knows how intense that was. Both of these teams need to win this game in regulation to guarantee a spot in the championship round against the Americans, and. Looking at their faces as they were lined up for the anthems and stuff,
locked in.
Yeah,
locked
like
in.
like not a. This is not a. Hey, this is cool. A little break to the. This is a. I'm going to go out there and tear someone's head off.
The one thing I was jealous of every other sport in this country was the fact that we don't have an Olympic football team. I wish we could go play for America.
No one else plays.
We will have flag football at the next Olympics.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Flag,
not
yes.
tackle, but flag.
And I don't like that either because I can't hit you. Let's play real football
and
against the world, but we can't do it. But if you make it about patriotism, then you'll get that intensity. I wonder if they drop the gloves in this game or if they just play.
It's interesting because if you got to make sure that the guy that wants to go because you can't. Now all of a sudden it's like a playoff game. You can't take a bad penalty.
Yeah.
Right. If you take a bad penalty, you put your team in a power kill or a penalty kill situation.
Yeah.
You give up a goal, especially with the Canadians being as good on the power play as they are. Like you have to be a little strategic.
I bet you
about
$100 you won't see another fight unless the Americans are playing. Because no one's booing anyone else's anthem.
I wouldn't be surprised. And plus, and that's more of an American and Canadian type of thing.
Yeah.
The Finns and the Swedes, that's not stylistically kind of where they live. I can't wait.
No offense to Canadians, but, you know.
No, look, they weren't scared about dropping their gloves either. They were ready to go
If you're from Dagestan and you want to fight, I may think twice. Canada, let's go. Right.
Yeah, well, the Finns and the Swedes, they're up north. They're nice guys. They're nice Scandinavians. So I was watching the Spectrum Sportsnet, the Dodger channel, on Saturday night, and they had a long interview, like kind of a scrum, where a bunch of people were asking Andrew Friedman questions. And one of the topics that they got onto was all the pitching injuries that not just the Dodgers had, but everybody has had. And that the Dodgers, specifically last year, basically every one of their pitchers went down at one point or another. Every single one of them. And obviously this year they've reloaded. They went out and they got Sasaki. They went out and got Snell. They've signed Tanner Scott and Kirby Yates, and they're getting all their guys back, et cetera, et cetera. And they're going to try to attack this problem with just numbers, right? We're just going to have enough guys to plug all of these holes in. But Andrew Friedman was talking about it, and he says, there was no aha moment where we figured it all out, that they're going to completely to do this, or going to create little groups to dive in on various things. And he talked for about 7 or 8 minutes and said nothing.
Yeah.
And it was one of those moments I'm like, oh, good. They don't know anything either. And the Dodgers are the smartest team in baseball. They have resources that are at least equal to or surpass everybody else's. They've got more money invested in all their players. They're better at the minor league part. They're better at the drafting part. They're better at all of it. And they don't know how to keep anybody on the field. Like if they can't figure it out, then no one can figure it out.
Okay, so I'm just reading tea leaves. So there's more velocity than ever in baseball,
and
right?
Spin.
Guys are throwing harder. And the spin. There's more spin. Duh. If you're throwing harder with more spin, you're going to have more injuries.
I agree.
So what's hard to figure out?
You're right.
Yeah.
I always use this analogy. If I drove my car everywhere I went, I redlined it and then slammed on the brakes at every red light. Like just slide into the stop. And the second
sounds like fun. Yeah.
That your car is going to
eventually
it's going to die. It's
going
to break.
Something's going to break. Yes.
That's what they're asking these pitchers to do. Throw every pitch at 105% effort, right? Every single pitch,
right,
all the time. It's going to break.
Of course it is.
So
yes.
The question is, and you and I talked to Orel about this, like, is it going to start? Orel Hershiser did not throw every pitch at 100% effort.
Yeah.
He didn't. Occasionally he would go to 100%, but he kind of lived in that, 80 to 95%.
He was a pitcher. I think he said it. There are throwers and there are pitchers. He was a pitcher.
But the problem is, now, if you don't throw 100 and you don't have that spin, you really struggle to get guys out.
And they don't want to.
They want strikeouts. You don't get drafted. You don't get promoted. You don't. So they've created this environment where the only way you get to the big leagues and stay in the big leagues is to throw 100 with this crazy spin.
Yeah.
And if you do that, you're going to break. And if you don't do that, you don't get to play in the first place.
Yes.
It's this vicious cycle.
So you lived your life playing baseball. So you've been to these batting cages where you have these little pitching things, right? So I bring the girls out for softball, and I can hear the combos about the boys.
Yeah.
Completely different from us. So you'll have a dad saying, you got to throw harder.
Yeah.
I need harder. I need harder. And the coach will say, hey, slow it down, and then take the dad aside. You're actually right. He needs to throw harder. But eventually he's going to have arm problems, and you know this. But they don't care. But this is the way baseball is.
It's like replacing tires on your car. Like, I know I'm going to need to replace them. It's just when it's time, we'll do it.
Tommy John is a certainty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And that no one has – this is the holy grail of baseball development, is figuring out a way to, if not eliminate, but drastically reduce all this stuff. And he's
I know how to do it. You want me to tell you how to do it? Let PEDs be legal. If you're going to throw that hard that often, you're going to need help. Your body's not meant to do that.
No, it's not. I don't – it may – maybe you can recover a little bit better, heal a little quicker.
Or have more pitchers.
I don't think there's any way to stress arms like that and not have them break.
Are you crazy?
Yeah.
I mean, why even have a question? That's what I'm like. Why you're throwing harder, more spin, and this is what they're asking you to do at an earlier age. But why are you shocked there's injuries?
But this is the part I don't understand. You're telling me that you couldn't find a way to develop some of these guys the way that Pedro Martinez was developed, the way that Greg Maddux, the way that Orel Hershiser. Like, look, quite frankly, Clayton Kershaw. Like, Clayton Kershaw is one of the last of a dying breed that was not a max effort, every pitch, max spin, max velo. Like, he's a pitcher.
Yeah.
And he sets guys up that very, very few guys in the big leagues are pitching like that anymore.
I don't think that's being taught anymore.
That's what I mean. Yeah. But if I'm an executive,
from what I can see,
if I'm thinking, listen, I can give Tyler Glasnow all this money, and he's going to pitch half the season every year.
Yes.
Or I can take all this money and give it to Tom Glavine, who might not strike out as many guys, who might not get as many guys, to just blow them away, but he's going to make 30 starts a year.
I don't know
why. Is that not better?
To me, it's better. I don't know why baseball went to more power. But to your first point about Glasnow, if he's only going to pitch half the time, that sucks if that's all I have.
Yeah.
But if I have 6 or 7 guys, when he breaks down, I'll just plug this guy in.
That's what they're doing. Like, they haven't figured out how to eliminate or reduce injuries.
Like, I'm not even going to try to stop you from getting hurt.
Right.
Yeah, it's inevitable.
Their thing is, well, I'll just, never mind fix the tires on that car. I'll just buy a new car.
Yes, go and change it. Yeah, there you go.
Did you ever hear that story? I don't know if this is true or not.
What?
About when Mike Tyson's Rolls Royces would run out of gas, he would just get a new one?
That is where you've heard this. Where's Laura? And Emily, you've heard this in raps too. Throw it in the gutter and go buy another?
Yeah.
That Tyson.
Yeah.
That was his deal.
I literally heard that he would drive his cars till they ran out of gas and then get a new one.
Bro, he would give cars away in clubs. Hey, you want a BMW?
Nice.
Here you go.
Right. But how does the title work? How do we do that transfer?
He's not thinking that far. The keys, you got
Maybe
the car.
He's got a little, like a guy that keeps all his paperwork
He's not
nearby.
thinking that far ahead. Yeah.
It's a Ferrari. Hand it over, bro. I don't care about the title. Let's go.
Come on.
You guess you're driving Mike Tyson's Ferrari?
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes, I am.
I would sell that thing the next day. There you go. Gone.
Yeah, but Emily's been now. Yes, I will buy this Ferrari at pennies on the dollar. Do you have the paperwork? Oh, no.
Nope.
Then we're going to go in the back room and chop this
straight
thing
Henry
up.
Hill. It's all profit. Half price. There you go.
Factor Cap is coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Prize Picks, the very best place to get real money sports action with doing what you're already doing. You already know what's up, right? You could bet on this Four Nations Cup. By the way, Canada scored 2 goals in the first minute of this game, so hopefully you took Canada with the more than, right? This is what we're talking about. Pick more, pick less on at least 2 player projections, and you got a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash, and you can do it all season long with Prize Picks. We're talking basketball and hockey right now. Major League Baseball is right around the corner, and when you hit, withdrawals fast, safe, and secure. So you know when you win, you can get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. So download the app today. Use the code TRAV to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup on Prize Picks. That's code TRAV for first-time users. You don't even have to win or lose that first game. You get it guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game.
What's up, kiddos? It's Clinton Yates, the Big CY. You've seen me on your television. You've read what I write because I am first and foremost a journalist. And that's why I'm on live 5 days a week from 7 to 9 a.m. on Clinton and Friends. On my new show, we're going to talk about what I find interesting in the sports world, from college coaches that think they're bigger than the sport to who I will pay to go see live. So pop that radio on early before Travis and DeMarco and make Clinton and Friends part of your daily routine from 7 to 9 a.m. on ESPN 710, kiddos.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
Only one all-star defense team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
Hey, it's Bethel Duran. When you get into an auto collision and damage your vehicle, there's only one spot for you to call. That's my guy Leo at Active Collision. Experienced paint and body technicians will make your car look like it's brand new. You get a free estimate when you call 626-330-0100. They work with all insurance companies. Mention 710 and you get 50% off your insurance deductible. Call 626-330-0100, 626-330-0100, or visit activecollisionrepair.com.
Hey everyone, this is Ramona Shelburne. Here's something I learned firsthand. A lot of ERs don't have pediatric specialists. But did you know that Children's Hospital Los Angeles is the go-to for complex cases? When my older son Daniel had a scary fall and later developed Bell's palsy, we took him to the local ER. But they didn't have a pediatric specialist, so they called Children's Hospital Los Angeles for guidance. Their expertise isn't just in-house, it's a resource for the whole community. When it comes to kids' emergencies, CHLA is the MVP that other hospitals turn to.
One of LA's best kept secrets in the heart of Los Angeles, East Central Hotel offers effortless accommodations and unparalleled accessibility. The East Central Hotel is for everyone looking for entertainment with their trendy spacious rooms, a renovated gym, and a patio lounge for breakfast, dinner, and drinks. Stop by their incredible Nixo Lounge before your next event at LA Live. Book your stay at eastcentralhotel.com or call 213-748-1291 today at Entertainment's official address.
Something amazing is happening when power outages strike.
teams are powering through them. That's because CDW Solutions architects are building more resilient IT and electrical infrastructures with Schneider Electric. With EcoCare remote monitoring services and 24/7 support, your organization can do more than keep the lights on. Schneider Electric and CDW make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/Schneider Electric.
When it comes to protecting my family's future, I want a life insurance company that's at the top of their game. That's why I got same-day coverage through Ethos. There was no paperwork, no waiting around, and no medical exam. I just answered a few health questions online, and Ethos set me up with a $3 million policy for about $2 a day. Go to tryethos.com and get it done today. That's TRYETHOS.com. TRYETHOS.com. Sample rates as a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Buenos dias.
Mani mashiseo.
Yeah, now we have Laura saying her hellos.
I was going to say, we got your hello back in there. Very nice.
And just like Laura last week, don't be surprised if my voice is somewhat gone in the next couple days, because on the way home from a movie theater this weekend, I was singing Wicked at the top of my lungs, and it felt a pop, and I don't know what it was, and it's
pop where?
Been like in my like
okay yeah, like I didn't know if you meant like your knee, your shoulder, your elbow, your brain.
I was just singing Believe It or Not that hard.
Your vocal folds, right?
And so I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, I can barely speak. And now I'm back, so it's gone in and out. So.
That is Sam Bradford. Yeah, he would yell too loud and blow out his knee.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But just fair warning, if you're a Wicked fan, don't sing too hard. So, yesterday, White Lotus premiered. Not only did SNL 50 happen, but White Lotus premiered. And this year it's going to be in Thailand. So my Factor Cap is all related to vacations, travel vacations, also because Travis is going to Hawaii. This week, which is awesome.
Let's go.
All right, so in White Lotus, the basic concept is that you kind of make friends and interact with others, strangers, on vacation. So you make friends on vacation. Travis, Factor Cap.
That is such a great question. Cap, I literally was thinking about this yesterday. Susan and I were driving back from San Luis Obispo, heading to see my folks in Santa Barbara, and we started talking about our trip. I'm taking the back half of this week off. Susan and I are going to take a little vacation. And I started thinking about the last time we went, and this was before we had kids, really, where just the two of us went on a long vacation, just the two of us. And you end up sitting next to people at dinner and you chit-chat and all that stuff. And even back then, it wasn't my favorite thing to do. And right now, it sounds awful. Like, I want to go and spend time.
People?
Nothing. But I don't want to have to chit-chat. I just want to go with her. I want to put my feet in the sand. I want to drink. I want to eat. I want to walk. I want to have the sun on my face. That's it. I don't care where you're from or why you're here or where you're going back to. Like, can we just not, please? I do not want to do that.
DeMarco, do you make friends on vacation?
Of course. Come on. In fact, yes, this is where you meet people from all over the world.
Got plenty of
friends.
What's
happening?
Never
see them ever again.
Yeah. You're from over there. I'm from over here. We're sitting in this hot tub together.
Right.
How'd you get here? How'd you meet? All that stuff is good.
God,
what do you like to drink?
No.
See?
No.
Not at all? Come on.
No.
Cruise ships don't. I would advise never going on a cruise ship night.
Non-starter. And by the way, it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
If I said to Susan, we need to go on a cruise or get divorced, she would divorce me.
Oh my God,
day.
really?
She will not get on.
I love cruises. They're so much fun. You
can
meet
hang out
people.
with my sister and her fiance
She's
because they got engaged on the cruise.
There you go.
They're
Freestyle cruising.
I might do one of those European river ones.
Yeah.
That's nice, and I don't want to be out on the ocean.
How do you go on vacation and you want to avoid people?
I do.
See?
Very, very carefully.
Come
very
on.
Carefully.
Laura, you make friends on vacation, Factor Cap.
Oh, 100% fact. I still talk to some people. I used to travel alone a lot. So
yes.
I made friends all over the country. And when we went to the DR, I still know people from there. Yeah, it's fun.
We have a friend, a friend, me and my wife. We met her on a trip to Cabo. And she got in a little kiddie pool with a thong bikini.
Mm-hmm.
Just completely innocent, and like all the parents revolted. And we were the only ones that like stood up for us. Like, no big deal, relax, it's okay.
Right.
The kids are going to be fine, and we've been friends ever since because of that. Yeah.
Em, are you a socializer on vacation?
I think it depends on the vacation. So if it's like I'm going with my family, I do not socialize with other people. But if I'm going like when I went to Hawaii for my friend's wedding, I made friends because other people in the wedding party, and I still text them occasionally.
There you
know?
go. See?
Yeah.
Trav, come on, man.
Get with it,
Bruh.
Kevin.
Not even a
Look at
little
you.
bit. Not even a little
But I
bit.
totally understand your feeling.
Like,
If I met you
already
on vacation, I would never leave you alone.
I'm already worried
Yeah.
about like the shuttle ride to the rental car place. Hey, where did you guys come in from? Just leave me alone,
Yep.
man.
What room are you in?
Put your headphones on.
Travis!
We went VRBO. I got no roommates. I got no hotel people. It's terrific.
All right. So, also one of the main characters of White Lotus, the family consists of 2 people that went to Duke and 1 person that went to UNC, or 2 people that went to UNC, and the 5th child has yet to decide between the 2. But a whole part of this character that Patrick Schwarzenegger is playing is that he is a Duke boy, a Duke guy.
A Dookie.
So when you think there are certain colleges that you know exactly who this person is because they go there. So Duke, Berkeley, Harvard,
Stanford.
Stanford.
Yep.
But there's also like party schools like Arizona State, Arizona,
Santa Cruz.
So you can tell a lot about a person by the university they choose. DeMarco, Patrick.
Oh, fact. Yeah, you know some banana slugs?
You know
any?
what? I know of them and
Yeah.
I know the reputation, but no, not personally.
They party hard. They do. They live up to that rep. Have you ever met a normal Berkeley grad?
Yes.
You have?
But I've met more abnormal ones.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Few
Yeah.
and far between.
They're all strange folk.
They're
right?
cut from a different cloth.
Super smart,
Yeah.
but just kind of weird.
Yeah.
Stanford folk, really smart, 0 personality.
Ooh.
I would go very smart
Yeah.
and different personalities.
Okay.
Like they and almost without exception, wildly successful.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like sometimes Cal and UCLA, like great schools, like just kind of regular folks, right? But not at Stanford.
Yeah.
Like they are crazy
And there's
successful.
not that many Buckeyes that I know that I don't
know
want
a
to
ton
punch.
of those. Yeah, well,
yeah.
Well, that's me with Duke people. There's
Yeah.
not, again, I have 8 family members that went to Duke,
Yes.
and it all stinks.
They're all Christian Leitner. Every single one of them. They're all Christian Leitner.
It's
Yes.
terrific.
Travis?
Yes, for sure. You named some of the highlights. Like if you tell me you went to Arizona or ASU, I know exactly what I'm dealing with. If I meet a fellow Gaucho, even if we're 20 years apart, I know what you're about.
What about A&M? Like Texas A&M?
Hoot hoot, short haircut.
Yep.
I know your politics. Like I know exactly what's up. Yes, I'm sure there's exceptions to all these rules, but if you tell me where you went, I know your deal. If you tell me, I went to SC, I know your deal.
Yeah, big
Yeah, I know
Don't
your
get me
deal.
started.
Like you don't even have to tell me
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah, yeah.
I know your deal.
You don't have to wait. They'll tell you.
Yeah. Well, you know somebody went to Harvard.
They'll tell you.
You don't have to. They'll tell you.
In the
Yeah.
first 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yes.
My father, my papa. Laura?
Oh, yes, fact. There are exceptions because I do know some people that went to certain schools, and I'm like, that doesn't fit, but there's a reason for whatever their major or that's where they went to school. But definitely fact.
Yeah. Where'd you go? I went to Alabama. Oh, you didn't go to class. Yeah. At all.
And if you're a guy, you got that long haircut that
Yeah.
kind of flops over the front of your face. You're dressed like you're 40 when you're 20.
With the
golf
the golf
attire.
attire.
Yeah, golf.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
it's
it.
it's a weird
24/7.
It's a weird deal.
Kind of like Greg Bergman.
I don't think like Greg Bergman at all.
No,
I
he
wouldn't
doesn't
see
have
him as
SEC
He's
Alabama.
got
vibes.
that-
he
look at that.
doesn't,
Come on.
no.
That's
He doesn't have SEC
no.
vibes.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
No.
Give
no,
him a
no.
Nick Saban hat though. One of them hats.
No, he could be an administrator in an SEC place, but not a student.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, Trav.
So also in the beginning of this episode, part of the retreat at this, they call it the White Lotus Hotel. It's kind of like a Four Seasons. At the Thailand one, it's a digital detox zone. So their, butler will take their phones and iPads, put it in a little zipper, and you can't use it again. Let's say that the whole family's here, so you don't need to find out if your kids are okay or whatever. Everybody's at the resort with you, so you don't need that emergency contact stuff. So you would be into a digital detox vacation. Laura Fettercap. Again, provided that anyone needs to reach you in an emergency can reach you.
This is hard. I'll go Cap.
I think, do you like to post? Do you like to have like photos?
I actually not. I haven't posted that much. I do like taking photos. I think that's why I do like photography, and my phone is the easiest thing to have. So that's why I probably go Cap.
Travis?
Fact for me. It sounds lovely.
Doesn't it, though?
Like if I knew everybody was safe and sound and I don't need to worry about if something happened to somebody I care about, they could get in touch with me a different way. Yeah, I would love to put that thing aside because it doesn't happen a lot.
Yeah.
But occasionally you'll forget it, you'll leave it behind, and you're in the car and you're down the road. It's like I don't have it today. It's great.
It is.
It's great. Like
Yes.
after about 10 minutes of reaching for it and realizing you don't have it, it's like great. It's incredibly liberating.
It forces you to talk to people.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, yes, take this cursed thing. Absolute fact. Yes, would love to. Wouldn't that be fun?
Trav doesn't talk to anyone though, so
But
you know.
That's what. But I love that.
I bought 2 books.
Yes.
I'm ready to go for my
You
flights.
You might have a third book.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right
Yeah,
here.
you have a
Yeah.
book.
Yeah.
Did you see the first chapter of this book about Luca?
Well, I haven't yet.
Oh, do you know what it says?
It'll be coming out later.
Coming out. Do you know what it says?
No.
We have to keep this guy a maverick forever. That's the first chapter.
Yeah.
This is going to be great. I can't wait for this.
That's Tim McMahon's book,
Yes.
The Wonder Boy.
Do you read on vacation?
I do. I
Yeah.
do. I
one
love
of the
not
few
having
times I get it
phones, unplugging, go away. Yes, that's sort. You and Jimmy Butler have that in common.
What's that?
Jimmy Butler does this every year where he goes on a tech detox.
I wish I
Zero.
was
Yeah.
better at it. Like, you know what? Maybe that's a goal. Maybe that's a
Yeah.
goal for next year to maybe do a lot
There you
less
go.
of that.
Yeah.
All right. Factor Cap is brought to you by Joseph S. Normand. You got a lot of choices in your legal team, but with Joe, family always comes first. Call 213-747-2000. That's the law office of Joseph S. Normand. 213-747-2000. And, of course, you can go online at normandlegal.com. That phone number one more time, 213-747-2000. And, DeMarco, it's still happening.
Yeah.
Speaking of phones, look at your phone. Matthew Stafford in a Giants uniform. Matthew Stafford in a Steelers uniform.
Smoke.
And we're getting further and further down the line.
That's
I'm hoping
Cap.
it's smoke. Good. Tell me why it's Cap coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The big
Mason and Ireland weekdays at noon.
I'll do some reporting for you guys also on your contracts.
Wait a minute, you were going to do reporting on our contracts?
There's every intention of offering you a contract at some point.
That's fine.
I don't know
but-
when.
Okay, go watch Glenn Ross. Get them to sign on the line that is dotted.
So you two have
ABC. That's you, Bergman. You're not closing.
Be closing.
Always.
I'm
be
not the closer
closing
in this situation, but within sometime within the next 134 days.
Where in the
you'll get
trust?
offered something.
Where in the trust tree is Bergman in terms of like you're below a lot of people on the trust tree?
Well,
Well, he doesn't sign the
You're not
check.
the closer.
I don't know.
You're
not
like
the
a
closer.
setup guy. You're like a middle
sure,
reliever.
sure.
You're an
I'm
innings
Kevin
eater.
Gibson now with
Yeah,
the
you're
Angels.
an innings
I'm
eater.
a setup man.
Yeah, you're a setup man.
Yeah.
Steve Mason and John Ireland today at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you. From sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN. Get your yard game ready with Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Ego has nearly 200,000 5-star reviews from homeowners like you. Ego delivers the power of gas, but without the noise, fuss, or fumes. Best of all, Ego 56-volt arc lithium batteries are universal, so they fit all 90 tools. Power your yard Power your tailgate. Power your life. Learn more at egopowerplus.com.
Hey, it's Mace. Are you watching the NBA All-Star Round Robin? Can Mac McClung three-peat in the slam dunk contest? If you care about that stuff, re-examine your life choices. Still got a big week of radio coming up as we wait for Luka, LeBron, and the Lakers back on the court Wednesday, and some serious hijinks this week. Plus, we try to get back into the 32-52 at BMO Stadium for LAFC. Mason and Ireland, Monday at noon here on 710 ESPN.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
And just to preface, anything that I said in Factor Cap is not a spoiler. It's just the concept of White Lotus.
Yeah.
Is what I was talking about. So if you're going to get mad, Justin, and tweet at me that I spoiled everything, watch the show when it comes out.
Get over it, Justin. She didn't say anything.
Nothing. Yeah, I just said White Lotus was on.
I said, beating people on vacation, and that someone went to Duke.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Oh,
That's
okay.
not a spoiler.
Easy. Man, people are touchy. Come
Yeah,
on.
They are. Yeah, they are.
Relax.
We're going to get an American-Canadian rematch in the championship game of this Four Nations thing. Canada up 3-0. About 6 minutes to go in the first period.
Oh, they want another crack, huh?
Yeah, well,
okay.
if they win this game in regulation, they go to the final against U.S.
Oh, they want another crack at it then. Okay.
Yeah.
I dare you to boo again.
They
Go
might.
ahead.
They might.
Try that again.
They might.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
It'll be amazing.
Be a King Kong Bundy squash match.
It will be terrific. If they
Yes.
bring that same energy to that thing, I can't wait.
What if you won the fight but lost the game?
That's bad, right? Look, I get you want to win
Yeah.
the fight, but,
Yeah, yeah.
but the three fights that they had on Saturday night, it was 2-1 U.S. to Canada.
Yeah.
I think the Canadian
We're
guy,
winning the fight. We're up one.
We won 2 of the 3 fights
Yeah.
and won the game.
There you
That's
go.
in Montreal of all places. So that's a pretty good night.
Okay.
But this, we'll see. We will see.
I see. I bet they do it again. You know Canadians. They won't stop.
Well, I don't know.
They won't
see
stop.
if the championship game is in Canada or the U.S. This game, I think, is in Boston. So they I think they're moving these
Yeah.
games around a
Okay.
little bit. But, yeah. It is a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday, reacting to NBA All-Star Weekend, sort of, thanks to Michelob Ultra. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. So
And by the way, Thursday's game will be at TD Garden in Boston. So I'm sure there's going to be some booing for the Canadian national
Good.
anthem.
Oh my! No,
not good to the booing. Good that it's in the U.S.
But
Good that
Boston's
it's
gonna-
here.
Guys, Boston's going to boo it.
They
I
will
hope they won't.
1,000% boo it.
I'll take that bet. I bet we won't. I bet they won't.
You've been to Boston.
Of
I know-
course,
I
you
know
know how I
you
feel
have.
about Boston. I
I know
bet
you
they'll
have.
show more class than that.
Have you been to Boston?
Come on. We're gonna respond in kind.
Em, can you put in like a request to get my headphones replaced? Because it just sounded to me like DeMarco said that the citizenry of Boston
Yes.
will show some respect.
No,
there's no way I heard that right.
They're gonna have some class. They're not gonna do what the Canadians did. We don't boo national anthems.
Canadians don't have class.
They
but
booed our
Boston
national
does.
anthem. That's about as classless as you can get. That deserves a butt kicking.
The Boston sports fan may be the most obnoxious sports creature in our country.
100%. Not going to deny that.
You know what they did to the Lakers in the 80s? And now.
Guaranteed. I know, but you think they boo the Canadian national anthem?
For no other reason than the Canadians did it to the
Then
U.S.
make sure they don't play each other then, because that will be a bloodbath.
They're
That's
playing
what I'm
each
saying.
other.
Okay.
They're 3-0. Finland ain't coming back from this, I don't think.
See,
but-
never mind.
Yeah.
Let's just move on.
I
I am
can't
not
wait to see
disagreeing
it.
with you about Boston fans.
Yeah.
They're nuts and they're crazy.
You have high hopes for us as American citizens.
I'm hoping that you have more class
my
than
friend,
they did.
You are going to be disappointed.
So we're going to be ugly Americans. Okay.
If we were playing in Minneapolis, maybe it's a different story.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think we should.
Maybe.
Just play the game, beat them. Yeah.
So why is all of the Matthew Stafford noise a smokescreen?
Because both sides want the same thing. They want Matthew Stafford back in a Rams uniform. So I think cooler heads will prevail. It's just going to take time. It's business. I think this is all smoke.
So we got about a month, right?
Yeah, this is the silly season. I mean, look, this is when guys get released. The new league year is about to start. This is where talking heads like Colin Cowherd, like us, we get to throw stuff out there and see if it sticks. It sounds good. Let's see. New York has the 3rd pick in the draft, and they need a quarterback. Hey, go after Stafford. The Steelers might be interested in Stafford. Hey, that's smart. If you lose Stafford, sign Aaron Rodgers. All this stuff sounds good.
Do that.
It's just fun to talk about. But I think this all ends with Stafford being back here in Los Angeles.
I feel like your tune has changed a little bit. Before, the sense that I was picking up from you was, yeah, look, they may not come to an agreement on this. There's at least a chance that he may leave, and now I'm picking up that it's likely that he's back.
So it's either this, it's a standoff. Somebody's going to have to take a backward step. So either they pay him a little bit more, which is what they don't want to do for an aging quarterback. That's smart, or he takes less. I think that's an easy thing to figure out. You know, they both want the same thing.
Right.
The best place for you to be is right here in Los Angeles.
That's kind of what made me feel mostly comfortable with this. I was never like, oh, he's coming back, never quite. Like last year.
I don't think he's super greedy.
Right.
Yeah.
Last year, when they still didn't have an agreement, right?
Yes.
It never, ever crossed my mind that he wouldn't have been the quarterback for the most recent season. Like they were going to figure it out. I always knew they were going to figure it out. I never worried about it. This one, a little bit less certain, but for the reasons that you said, the best quarterback for the Rams in 2025 is Matthew Stafford. The best team for Matthew Stafford in 2025 are the Rams. So that means that it's like, but money makes money, ego, pride, all of those things. Sometimes people dig their heels in on stuff that, you know, maybe in retrospect they wouldn't, but they get caught up in the moment. Is that off the table? Are they going to get this?
I don't know exactly
away?
what he's asking for, but if your asking price is 60, you want $60 million. I would give you the look like, are you out of your mind?
Right.
But if that's what he's demanding, okay, then you're going to play someplace else.
Yeah.
Okay, now, same thing for the other side. You're going to offer him what? Or are you going to say no? You know, he's down here. Brock Purdy and everyone else is up here.
Yeah.
These aren't better quarterbacks than him.
No.
And you're not going to come up any?
No. Yeah.
That makes no sense.
That's why I feel like they're going to meet in the middle or near the middle.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't think look, there's pride involved. There always is with these high number deals. But I don't think it's so far gone that they can't come to a some sort of agreement to meet in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not like that, especially the way you finished. Yeah,
it's the perfect storm for both sides because when you look at what's available for the Rams, like if they decided not a penny more, like this is what he's up, we're not budging.
You're out of your mind then.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, but just for the sake of the conversation, if they decided nope, this is it, and he knew, okay. Here are your options. We're talking Justin Fields, Jimmy G, Darnold, Jacoby Brissett, Drew Lock, Mariota, Daniel Jones, Mac Jones. There's no good option
Garoppolo?
there, right? Jimmy G,
yeah.
So, okay, there's nothing there that makes you go, okay, that will work. There's some stuff that's okay. And then vice versa, when you look around the league, if you're Matthew Stafford and you're like, do I really want to go play for the Raiders for a couple of years? Probably not. Do I really want to go play for the New York Giants who are terrible?
The Raiders would that would intrigue me because they have the money to spend. It's Pete Carroll and it's Vegas.
Yes, you also have 3 good teams in your division that you're going to go up against.
That's what I mean. It would be a hell of a challenge.
Yes.
They're going to build.
Yes.
And I think
But are you looking for a rebuild at this point in your career? Are you looking for a straight uphill climb?
No, not rebuild. They have enough money to where they can go buy a football team.
Yeah.
Starting with you. And then this guy.
A better team than the one he's on right now?
Probably
I don't think
not,
so.
but more money. If it's more money involved, and they're going to.
But that's why I think both sides ultimately are going to be like, this is just the best place for everybody.
Yeah, but see, this is where Pete comes in. I know what the Rams are going to offer you, and I know you're comfortable there. We will give you input onto personnel.
Mm-hmm.
You will be in our room for draft day. You can pick your own guys if you want to. Plus, you get paid. That's what I'm saying. The Raiders would be intriguing, and it's the Raiders. That lasts forever. Once you put on that uniform,
the Raider thing is compelling. There's no two ways about it. But Matthew Stafford will be 37 by the time the season starts.
It's an easy move.
I don't want I hope this works out over the last 2 years as opposed to it's very likely to work out. I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But the Rams being in the playoffs next year feels like a pretty good bet.
I'm with you.
The Raiders being in the playoffs next year, I don't know. I mean, they're probably not.
No, but that's that other point we were talking about with his Hall of Fame candidacy. I mean, where are you right now with Matthew Stafford in the Hall of Fame? If he stopped playing today, 5 years from now, what happens?
He's in.
He's in, or he's waiting for another year or two?
Oh, I'm not saying first ballot. I'm saying Matthew Stafford's going to wind up in the Hall of Fame if he never takes another snap.
Do you think everybody feels that way?
I can't speak for everybody. I just think that he is one of the great quarterbacks of his era.
Yes.
And he will go in.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
You go to the Raiders and you become a contender in that division, all doubts are out the window.
Yeah.
You go to New York. We said that last week. You go to New York and you change that whole franchise around, change culture, make them competitive, and lo and behold, you take them to a Super Bowl. You're in. You're one of the greatest who ever played.
Yeah, that's
I know,
exceptionally unlikely.
And you get paid at the same time.
I think he's in regardless. And even if the opposite happened, he goes to one of those other two places
and gets blasted out
and plays like, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't think it hurts his candidacy. A lot of guys at the end of the line go somewhere else and fall flat on their face, and we forget about it pretty quick.
True. I cannot wait to see what happens 5 years after Aaron Rodgers is done, to what these last 2 years have done to him.
He's won 4 MVPs,
I'm right there with you.
Ancient history.
I'm right there with you.
Ancient history.
But I see what some of these guys, what they go through.
Not him.
I hope not.
He, multiple MVPs, Super Bowl champion, and was, until the last 2 or 3 years, was generally well liked.
No doubt.
And at a pristine franchise.
Yeah.
No doubt. But going to the Jets and absolutely destroying them,
I think
is
it
going to
wasn't
come
so
up.
much the Jets.
Yeah.
It was him talking a lot. We got to know
the
him
McAfee
a little bit.
Putting himself
Yeah.
out there as much as he did. My question for you both is this going to be solved by the middle of March, or is this going to be solved
has to be,
by
right?
No
August?
idea. It's sooner than later. I'm sure they wanted it done last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just phone calls.
But apparently it has, quote, not progressed from Jordan Rodriguez's article. In their
That's okay.
discussions.
All of that stuff, and Jordan's a great reporter, and I believe that she's doing the work that she's supposed to do, and this has nothing to do with Jordan. This is a statement globally. Everybody is talking to reporters with an agenda.
Of course.
The team has an agenda. The player has an agenda. The player's wife has an agenda. The player's brother has an agenda. The player's agent has an agenda. Everybody is saying what they think will help them in the negotiation. So take it for what it's worth.
The only one who hasn't talking is Stafford.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, and by the way, that could be, I'm going to let everybody else do it.
Yeah.
That way, if it gets weird, he can come
I can point to you.
he can come in and say, guys, I don't know what the hell they were doing.
Right.
Why don't you and I go in a room and figure this out?
Plausible deniability.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Lakers, a couple of more days off, and then they get back against Charlotte. What are we looking for in the second part of the season? That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Mason and Ireland.
Can you do a cartwheel, John, if you were pressed?
I used to be able to, but I haven't done it in so long.
I've not done a cartwheel in a really long time. I'm sure I can.
The biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
Is your heating and AC system ready to power through the season? Whether it's keeping your current system in top shape with a quick tune-up or replacing an old system, NextGen is here to help keep your home safe and comfortable. For a limited time, NextGen is offering ESPN LA listeners a heating and AC tune-up for just $88. Their expert technicians will make sure your system is running safe and smooth so you can enjoy total home comfort all season long. If it's time for a replacement, NextGen can help with that too. They offer professional, full system replacements with the latest energy-efficient models to help you save your money and keep your home at the temperature that feels just right for you. We're here for you 7 days a week because your family's safety and comfort are always our top priority. Don't wait. Call 833-3NEXTGEN. That's 833-3NEXGEN to schedule your $88 tune-up today. And don't forget, if it's time for a replacement, NextGen can help with that too.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3NEXTGEN.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
Only one all-star defense team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station. Here we go. Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The far side. You ready for the far side?
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
DeMarco and I are just continuing to break down Landman during the break.
Yes, absolutely.
I said the same thing, that season 2 has to be Demi Moore has to be more prominently featured in season 2 because she was barely in it in the first season. That's a big name actor to have had 3 lines in an entire season.
You can see it coming. Is he okay? So not to give it away.
Don't. I think I know what you're going to ask.
Is he?
Don't ask that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is he? Is he? Okay. He's not.
I don't think so.
Okay, good. Because he's great too.
Remember when I said to you after that day, I'm like, hey, you need to leave the room so I can ask Mace?
Yeah.
That's the question I asked.
Oh, did you?
And we both landed on no.
I think I even know what you're talking about. I haven't even watched it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He's fantastic too.
They're all great.
That whole show's good. I love that show.
So what did Ham do anything on SNL last night?
He was in the Q&As.
He's in the. I missed the.
So,
I saw him in the sketch where he was like the alien abductees.
Yeah, so he was in the Q&As. So the Q&As entirety was like 9 minutes long.
Yeah.
At one point in the Q&As, he gets up and asks, so I've been on the host this a bunch of times. Am I funny?
Oh, that's
and
right.
That was his part in that. And then he was in the alien abduction as like the straight man in that.
I thought Peyton Manning was good. He had a little back and forth with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler.
He is naturally funny.
Yes, he is.
He's naturally funny and naturally good at everything he does.
He's a good actor.
I bet Brady's jealous. I bet Brady's saying, look, the only thing I can do is beat you on the field. Everything else, you've got me.
You took the words out of my mouth, DeMarco. Tom Brady, and this is no disrespect to Peyton Manning, the football player. Tom Brady's a better football player than Peyton Manning.
Easy.
Not many people are, but Brady
is. He's a better quarterback than Peyton Manning, which is saying a lot.
Which is saying a ton.
Yes.
But everything else, Manning is infinitely more likable, interesting, normal, all of it.
My nephew just proposed a question. If Peyton Manning said, I want that job.
Which job?
Brady's job.
Oh, yeah.
I bet they give it to him.
I don't think Fox would give it to him, but somebody else would.
Put him right on the air.
So who are the... Aikman's not going anywhere.
No, Aikman's...
Collinsworth's not going anywhere. Nope. Romo may
what
get
about Amazon?
Yeah, there you go.
That's perfect.
That's the easy one.
That is perfect.
Herb Street is like, you know what? Thank you for your service. Goodbye.
But I like Herbie, though.
I like
Herbie.
I like Herbie.
But Peyton makes me laugh.
Herbie on college football,
10
out of 10.
Yes.
Herbie on the NFL, not a 10 out of 10.
Fair. You know who I really like?
Not like a 2 out of 10.
No, he's not bad. But when you look at Aikman, when you look at Collinsworth, when you look at Manning, those guys are so good at what they do. I don't know if Herb Street on the NFL is on that level.
It might be us. We just like hearing from those guys and not from him.
And I just, when I think of college football, I think of Herbie. I don't think of him as an NFL guy.
Kind of Bruce Willis, like you're a TV actor.
Yeah.
You haven't won us over just yet.
I've only known him as a movie actor, Bruce Willis. But whenever Netflix eventually gets more than the package that they had this year, it'll probably be Manning there because I think Netflix is also trying to get more podcasts and also coach the entire Omaha. I don't know anything about anything, but
oh my gosh,
he could do it. He could do it in his sleep.
Yeah, the only thing I can beat you at is football.
Yeah.
Well,
and look, you may know him. Do you know Manning personally at all?
We've met a handful of times.
Okay,
and he caught me off guard the first time I met him because the first time I met him, I was interviewing him. It was my first year out.
Okay,
actually, first time we met was a scrimmage. In 98. We scrimmaged them.
Okay.
That's when I went against Mandarich.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, weird. And then I went back the next year.
Was in Indy,
In Indy for a minute. I went back to interview him, and he completely disarmed me because he said my name.
Oh,
hello, DeMarco.
That's trick number one.
Big time.
It's
Got
trick
me. I'm like,
number one.
oh my
Use
god.
people's names and they are immediately they're disarmed. It is the number one thing. If I use your name when I'm addressing you, especially if we haven't met, you're going to be like, oh.
And we had a list of questions, and when the producer heard that, he was like, "Oh, dang!"
So no, that's media training 101.
Yeah.
The reason I asked you that is because I don't think I've ever spoken to Peyton Manning. He nearly knocked me over coming out of the Rams press box at the Coliseum one year because we were crossing.
Yeah,
He's a huge guy.
He's a big dude.
Yeah. He comes across, and again, I don't know the guy at all. He comes across as a real guy.
Yes.
Like he's got a sense of humor. He'll have a beer. He'll joke around. He's one of the fellas. Like he again, I don't know him at all, but his vibe on TV is very normal guy vibes.
Super. Yeah.
Tom Brady is the exact opposite of that. He is. It is everything but normal guy vibes.
Doesn't even look real.
He doesn't look real.
Yeah.
His mannerisms aren't real. He doesn't, at least publicly, he doesn't have a great sense of humor. He's very stilted. Keeps everything at distance. And I'm not saying that Peyton Manning isn't a rich guy with rich guy tastes, but I don't know if you guys, my Instagram feed is all of the watches from the Super Bowl the guys are wearing. Tom Brady's got $3 million watch on his wrist, a $2 million watch. And it's like, guys, it's just like,
I just don't relate.
I don't, yeah, that's a really hard thing to connect with.
And if Peyton wore the same watch, you'd be like, okay.
But no, at that, I would be
Yeah.
surprised. Like if Peyton had an Apple Watch or something that was not inexpensive, but not $3 million, it would be like, oh, okay. But it was just like Brady has cultivated this brand of extreme excellence, like maximization is the word.
Everything
I think
is
with him.
perfect.
Everything is perfect. The jawline, all of it. Peyton's a normal guy, or at least he appears to be.
So speaking of that, he was a commencement speaker at UVA while I was there, and because his wife went to UVA, and I remember one Saturday night, near graduation, but whatever, everyone gets this text. Peyton Manning's at Coops, which is a smaller bar at UVA, and everybody is running to go and see him, and he was getting escorted out by bodyguards at the time because word had gotten out.
Was he an active player at this point?
No. He wasn't an active player anymore. He I think he had recently retired at that point in time.
Okay.
But it was funny because he was going around buying rounds for college students until the word got out. So everyone should just shut their mouths. And
I love Peyton. Peyton's cool.
It.
I got to see him practice. And he doesn't use curse words that often, right?
Okay.
So practice is going bad. So he picks up the football and throws it off the wall in this indoor facility. And it just, whoom! And it stopped everyone. The entire team just stopped and looked. Peyton's mad.
Yeah.
They restarted practice. Much better practice.
Yeah.
Dang, that's control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, again, when the smartest guy, the most prepared guy is saying we're not ready, then you better get your what.
You better
together.
get it going. Yeah.
So the Lakers open up the second part of their season on Wednesday against the Hornets. It's the game. They're making up the game that got postponed during the fires.
Is it Wednesday or Thursday? Is it
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
So
Okay.
they're the only game on Wednesday because they had to make up the one that was postponed by the fires.
Yes.
So, Charlotte stinks, so they're very likely to win the Charlotte game. I thought the same thing against Utah, so take it for what it's worth. But after that, their schedule gets real. They play the Clippers a handful of times. They got Dallas. They've got Denver. They've got Houston. We're going to get a pretty good idea of exactly what they are over the next 2 or 3 weeks based on their opponents and based on I think we can kind of start to move past Luka's rusty, Luka's getting acclimated. A week from now, 10 days from now, we'll have a pretty good idea of what they are.
I hope Luka finds his stroke between now and then.
His shot?
I think that was the whole point of the last
he was
two
rusty.
games.
He was off.
Rusty hadn't played since Christmas, so I hope you find your stroke by then because you're going to need him to be Luka to beat these teams coming up.
I don't worry about that.
You don't?
No, he's too good of a play. He's too good of an offensive player.
When I start seeing him go down with more regularity,
I hear you.
Yeah.
But like Steph Curry could not make a shot for a month, and I wouldn't worry about Steph Curry making shots.
But coming off injury and getting back into shape, and you need him to be in shape now against these teams.
That
because you can't lose ground.
That I agree with. But Luka's one of those guys. He's going to get buckets.
Of course he is.
He's just going to get buckets. I don't. That's down the list. The thing, and I don't want to say I
don't want him to wait another month to start getting buckets.
No,
you need it now. Coming up.
I agree with you, and I think it's going to come. It's a small concern, but it's near the top of the things that he and LeBron are really similar in how they play and what they do. And what makes them both great is that they're both incredible playmakers.
Yeah.
They're both incredible passers. They're both really good at seeing the whole chessboard, so to speak, and knowing where everything's going to be. Whoever doesn't have the ball, that great skill of theirs is minimized to a degree because it's just they don't have the ball in their hands. They can't create it. So how do those two things go together? Because obviously they're going to be on the court together most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's certainly at the end of games they're going to be on the court together. How do those two pieces complement one another? I expect it to be good, but I would like to see it be good.
Basketball IQ, if LeBron's got it going, I would expect Luka to defer to LeBron, and vice versa. If Luka's got it, it should be LeBron's stated goal to get Luka going.
Mm-hmm.
Once he's going, then you start getting yours, and then everybody wins. But remember back in the day, I know this is football, when Bo Jackson and Marcus Allen were in the same backfield.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's two great backs in one backfield. Well, there's only one ball. So you would have to morph into fullback if the other guy gets rocked, and it has to be immediate. So it's not every down, it's not every play. Same for the Lakers and Luka. You're going to run plays with the both of them, and you can run the same play over and over again with the same two guys, depending on who brings it up. And then when it becomes closing time, whoever's hot will close it out.
Yeah.
Or if we need to come back, hot time, Luka time. Right.
Yep. I hope that we're talking a month from now.
Yeah.
And those two things just go together like, peanut butter and jelly or however you want to say it. Like just, that's the perfect combination. Like they play off each other perfectly as opposed to, because we saw it when he was in Miami, when he went to Miami. It took a while for him and Wade to figure out the dynamic of how it worked. Once they figured it out, forget about it. It was terrific.
Yes.
But it wasn't just show up and everything's great. It takes some time. It took them the better part of a month or so, 2 months.
Outside of injury, I have no doubt that's going to work.
Yeah.
Westbrook and LeBron, I still don't know how that was going to work.
Westbrook doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that disrespectfully, but Westbrook's skill was go to the hoop.
Yeah.
Okay. He's not
1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah. It's like, all right.
I get you.
That doesn't complement
I never
what the rest
thought
of his
that would
doing.
work. This is going to work. But your guy, AR, has to be that consistent third scorer. Because I think LeBron and Luka are going to work themselves out.
I think
that
he's
consistent
get
third scorer.
So many good shots.
Of course.
I just think it's going to be one of those because I got to deal with them.
Are you going to get? You're going to get single coverage.
Right.
Yeah.
Luka Doncic by himself, I'm going to lose.
Correct.
LeBron James by himself, I'm probably going to lose.
Double both of the, one or the both of them are going to get doubled. You're going to have opportunities. Yes.
We talked about the smart team and the Dodgers trying to figure out what they're going to do with their pitching. Let's talk about the other team. It's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
Wiz Khalifa.
What you know about Wiz Khalifa?
I'm going to tell you what I know. A couple years ago, I went to a music festival, and Wiz Khalifa is playing. There's a lot of weed in the ear. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Right? You know how, like, when you go to a sporting event, somebody will bring, like, a beach ball, and everybody will hit the beach ball? Well, at a Wiz Khalifa concert, they bring, like, inflatable doobies, okay? Like, big, giant reefer doobies. And, dude, there must have been, like, 100 doobies flying around in the air. And so now there's smell of weed everywhere. And my daughter goes, "What is that smell?" And I go, "I don't know, but I think it's, like, burnt kettle corn or something." And my daughter goes,
"That's
no.
a bad smell."
Here's what my daughter says. "No, Dad, it smells like you." Yeah. I'm like, what?
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Mace. As LA deals with tragedy, our friend Jacob Imrani has a special message for you.
Wildfires can leave lasting scars on our families, our homes, our communities, and our peace of mind. Navigating the recovery process is hard, but you don't have to do it alone. I'm Jacob Imrani, and my team and I are here to help ensure you're treated fairly and get the resources you need. Call us for a free consultation and let us help you rebuild with confidence.
Call Jacob. When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey, it's Steve Farr. Is there a sporting event you always wanted to go to but never had time to plan? That's where Absolute Sport comes in. They handle everything, tickets, hotels, VIP access, so you can just live in the moment and enjoy the experience. And because of their trusted league and travel partnerships, they can get you the best deals and actually save you money. So what are you waiting for? Visit us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport and make your sports dream a reality.
Quiet down. Here she comes. Shh. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Oh, by the way, Ivan's no longer on the project. His wife got a new job, so they're moving across the country.
Robin's top researcher is deviating to a new market. This isn't standard.
And now we're short-staffed. Who's going to finish all these projects?
She needs a cluster of new data analysts, and there's no margin for error.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland today at 1 after Travis and DeMarco.
This is the best defense I've seen the Lakers play since they went to 3 straight finals in 08, 9, and 10. I think when JJ started, he got the job because of his relationship with LeBron, and everybody wondered if he would grow into it. And now, I actually think in his first season, there's 30 teams in the NBA. I would put him in the top half.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Did it grab you? Does the TGL have its hooks in DeMarco Farr?
There's nothing better than watching a guy line up for a putt. There really isn't. Everybody stops and watches.
I could think of a lot of things that are better.
I mean, in sports, when you miss a putt, we all do the same thing. Oh!
Especially when it hits the hole like that
yes!
one.
Oh, that's got to hurt. Yes. That was about a good, 12-footer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
that sounds right.
12-footer?
You know what? Here's the problem. I love golf. And TGL has worked for me. I've watched it. Here's the problem, generally speaking, with that thing. Other than the fact that it's played inside, and that's just weird for golf. Golf's not a team sport.
Yeah.
And it's weird watching these guys try to pretend to be teammates when they're not.
They don't know how to be teammates.
There's the Ryder Cup that they play.
That's
as a team,
the
right?
only team event in golf that actually works.
It's a Ryder Cup.
And it's the same reason that this stuff works is because you put countries on their shirts.
But how many of these dudes went to college and played golf?
A lot of them.
Yeah,
but again, they're all, you play individually and team simultaneously, and most of these guys are far more concerned with the individual than with the team.
True. I
it's
mean,
just the nature of the sport.
Maybe these guys don't get along or whatever.
I don't think it's they get along. They just don't, like, I'm going to hit my shot, you hit yours. What do I care if yours goes in?
Right.
You know, they're all...
When the team aspect comes into play. Like, we're not really working together here.
Another question about TGL. Do they pump in wind at all? Like, make it
It's a
so
good
that
question.
you mimic
So
outdoors?
they can... What they can do is they can... There is not like real artificial wind. There's not like, they don't have fans in the building creating wind.
Yeah.
What they do is they create obstacles based on the algorithm, right? So they're hitting like this. So if the ball is hit, it will add spin or whatever to push the ball one way or the other. So you have to cut the ball or hook the ball or whatever. So they can add it, but it's not really there. The whole thing is weird.
Yeah, they seem to be into it. I didn't think this would work. It's golf sim.
It's
but
okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's like me playing Mii Golf or on the Wii.
Yes, that's exactly
pretty much what it
is.
is. Yeah. Nice.
Can I ask you a question?
No.
And I see. I
mean, that's that rhetorical question.
I like
yeah.
asking you these questions because more often than not, you do not take my side, which is what I need to hear.
Okay.
No, sincerely.
All right, go ahead.
So Susan and I are going to take a trip later this week.
HAWA.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. And
Wait, how did you say
HAWA.
Hey.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So we're driving we're in the car together yesterday. We had not a long drive, but a longer drive. And she's staring at her phone and she says to me, "Oh, hey, I I can get our seats together on the airplane. I went, huh? Now, again, she's booked this trip. She's taken all the initiative. So I swear to God, I'm not complaining because she's done all the work and I did nothing. So I don't have
true
ground.
Passenger.
Yes. And I said, what do you mean we're not sitting together? She goes, well, I was able to get these tickets. They're really cheap, but we don't sit together. And I said, oh, well, that's too bad. I'd like to sit with you.
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, well, I can get them together for X amount of dollars. And it's not a lot, but it's not nothing. And so I'm thinking, like, wait, why did you buy these tickets in the first place? And she bought these tickets that are cheaper than, like, if you just went to, like, Delta or whatever and bought 2 seats together. But it's not a ton of money.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? Susan works hard. She has a real job.
Yeah.
Okay. And earns a living. She does really well for herself.
Yes.
I have a good job. Like, why did you buy these janky airline tickets when we never take trips together? Like, why did you do this? And I'm not mad, but I'm like, we never take trips together. We never do this. We're going to spend 10 hours in an airplane and not sit with each other?
I was going to say, is it 10 hours?
It's 5 there, it's 5 back.
Well, I mean, 5 there, you get off, you vacation, and then 5 back.
No, I understand, but that's 5 plus 5 is 10.
Well, I mean, but you split that up. I mean, it is 10 hours total. But
am I out of bounds? Like, I'm just like, what? I get it.
I love you want to travel with your wife.
Yes.
Okay. I'd be like, great. I'm going to sleep.
It's not a lot of money.
Could it be possible that she doesn't want to sit next to you?
It did cross my mind.
Wow.
That's funny, and I'm not.
Cross my mind. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Are you guys both in like aisle seats or window seats?
We're probably both going to get stuck in middle seats, is my guess.
Because I was going to say, if you had, let's say, you both had window seats, right,
Yeah.
or aisles, whatever, you could theoretically be like, "Yo, I'll give you $30 if you."
You can always make the deal on the plane.
You know what I'm
and I'm
saying?
sure we'll try, but it's like,
just
So
let her do it.
Here's what you should do. You should upgrade yourself.
Oh, now you can't
No,
do that.
that's petty. That's
you can't
petty.
do that.
No.
In coach.
That's bad. You can't be in
That's
first.
petty.
She's in
Me,
coach.
the person not in a
I
relationship.
would never do that.
But if she's over there and you're right there, it's okay. And I'll tell you how to do it. Just get up and go to her seat and stay there.
It's fine.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it'll all work out and all this. But I was just like, why did you buy those
Ticket
to begin
price.
with? Like, but DeMarco, it's not a lot of money.
If your goal was to save money or not spend X,
it is less than it is not a lot of money.
Is she paying more now to sit you guys together than what
We didn't do it. Like I don't.
Yeah, you book 2 tickets and they happen
If
to
we
be on
were
opposite
right out
sides
of
of the plane.
college and we were scraping by to get, I get the idea of, hey, we just got to get there, right? Whatever it takes. This is
you're going to be together on the island for days.
But
you
also,
don't need to fly together.
Why would you want to put them more? Like, I'm just gonna say a small amount, $50. I know it's not probably that.
It's not a ton more than that.
But let's just
okay,
say $50.
then spend the extra bucks on the island
Exactly.
together.
I'm
there
saying
you,
you spend those $50 on drinks,
We're
on
lava
food,
float.
We're
on
going to be
anything
able
else.
to buy those anyway.
Well, you can buy another one now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
there
let
you go.
the worst part about traveling to me is the actual flight, the train, and whatever else. Make that the cheap part. Skimp out on that if you want to, but make everything on the island much better.
Respect. You want to sit next to
I
your
do.
wife. Yes.
I
And
love
if
that,
she said to me, hey, listen, we saved $1,000. Great.
Awesome.
I'll sit with the bags and the
Yeah,
dogs
yeah.
underneath. I don't care.
Yeah. But
That's not what this is.
Is it more or less than your ice cube tray? The one that doesn't work?
Slightly more.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see.
Slightly more.
I'm just saying you could hustle that seat on the plane. I'm
You
sure
could,
you.
yeah.
I'm sure you give
Slightly
30,
more.
40
Hey, my
bucks.
wife's over
someone-
here. Could
Yeah.
do you mind you switching with me? You know?
Unless it's a couple or
Nobody's
like
giving
kids.
up a middle seat. Nobody's going from a regular seat to a middle seat.
That's 100% true.
Yeah, that is true.
Look, I'm
Depends
a
on who
pretty.
depends on how you ask.
I'm. The only way I would do it is if it were for an old lady or a kid.
Okay.
Like if it
And
were.
if you offered me money.
No, I would
You had
never.
a window.
No.
Yeah.
The money thing is not a factor in my calculus. But if
Yeah.
there's an old lady, I'd like to sit with my grand. Sure, I got you.
I can do the old lady.
Little
but-
Junior wants
No.
to sit with mommy.
No.
I would do that.
No,
but
mommy
some
should have
guy,
paid for the seat
You
Put
would
it this way.
split the mom and the kid up?
because they
I
should have paid for the seat.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that.
You can't do that.
But if
I'm just saying, pay for
basically
your
I'm
seat.
asking you to switch with me,
Yeah, dudes.
We're not doing that.
Dudes? No.
We're not doing that.
Can you give me the
or
window?
even Emily, like you and me. Like, hey, can I sit next to my friend and I got to go in the middle? I'm sorry. No.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm not switching with anybody because it's like, okay, I plan, most of the time, I plan to have the specific seat that I have. If you wanted it, you should have gotten it.
I understand that, and I'm not saying that you're wrong, but if it were an old lady or a kid, I would move.
Of course.
Yeah.
You do the right thing.
Okay, but as parents, don't you you have a kid and you want to sit next to your kid.
But what if it's one of those things? What to the point of, hey, look, these are the only two tickets, the last two tickets on the plane. We got to go. I'm pinching. I'm making sure that I'm stretching every dollar. This is the only way I can do it.
Depends where you're sitting me.
Yeah.
Just saying. I'm not a skinny girl.
And
so.
how long the plane ride?
Yeah.
If that flight's to London, Mom.
Sorry, child.
Yeah, you see, look.
you know what I do? Honestly, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Let's split the difference.
Back
you
and
get
forth?
half, I get half.
Fair enough. You do the right thing. Yeah.
Okay, here's another dilemma, ethical. I've seen this like on social media and stuff of people doing this. A couple book seats together, but the boyfriend is the one that has the points, gets one upgrade. You would take it yourself. You're the points earner.
No.
And you leave her
I
back.
can go up to the front, leave her back there.
No.
Yeah.
No way.
No.
No
Oh,
way.
you don't do that.
No way.
No.
No way.
Nah.
Finesse that and get both upgraded.
The only
send her up there.
You could send her up there, which is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Or you upgrade on the way home because you're gonna vacation's over anyway.
Good
but
point.
going over, no way. We're not getting off on that.
After the vac.
Yeah.
I like the way you think.
you got to make sure that you're.
I like the way you
sure
think.
that when you arrive, everybody's in a good mood because you're about to go on vacation.
Yeah, that's a
you
bad
gotta
business
make sure.
move.
Yeah, no, that's
bad business.
Yeah, that's bad executive planning, is what that is.
Oh my God.
Hot and cold's coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's DFAR. You can play your perfect combo at Pechanga Resort Casino, Southern California's premier resort casino experience. Why get yourself stuck in traffic when you don't have to? You can be at the best casino resort in Southern California in less than 1 hour. Less than 60 minutos. Think about that. Pechanga gives guests all the amenities they expect of a world-class resort, exceptional entertainment, and I mean exceptional, fun stuff. Dining, spa, golf, it's all there for you. Let's not forget round-the-clock gaming excitement, if that's what gets your goat. The immense casino floor, there's 1,100 hotel rooms and suites, so if you're getting married, bachelor party, bachelorette party, it's all there. Suites, spa, golf course, 20 bars and restaurants, and so much more. Make Pechanga Resort Casino one of the largest resort casinos in the country. So come see why readers of Newsweek and USA Today have voted Pechanga Resort Casino the best casino outside of Las Vegas. That is a big deal. So whether your idea of entertainment is lounging poolside, like this one, or putting a great bet on blackjack, Pechanga Resort Casino is waiting for you right now. Visit Pechanga.com or call this number, 888-PECHANGA, 888-PECHANGA to book a reservation or for more info. Also, follow them on Instagram at Pechanga Casino for up-to-the-minute news and information.
ESPN.
The CONCACAF Nations League Finals arrive at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, March 20th to 23rd. USA versus Panama, followed by Canada versus Mexico. The dream is now. Don't miss the Final Four national teams in the semifinals doubleheader. 1 ticket, 2 matchups. Get your tickets now on Ticketmaster. For more information, visit CONCACAFNationsLeague.com/tickets.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Waba Grill, it's for you.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
Only one all-star defense team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text TAP to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text TAP to 321-321. That's TAP to 321-321.
As you know, we've welcomed a new partner here at 710 ESPN, Next Gen. Next Gen, the official AC, heat, and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans.
You're as cold as ice.
Call 833-3-NEXTGEN, NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. Time for our feature we do 3 days a week. Who's hot? Who's cold? Thanks to Next Gen. Boy, time for Who's Hot? Who's Cold? Take it away, Producer M.
You've seen Animal House, right?
I have.
That's how you got to go to the guy sitting in the seat next to your wife. Do you mind if I dance with your dates? That guy will get up. Saying.
I like when he holds his hand
there
out.
You go.
He's got a hand the size of a catcher's mitt, and her hand is just this dainty
there you
little
go.
thing. Yeah.
He'll get up. Yes, sir.
So what's hot is right field because Mike Trout will be playing in right field this season. And Travis, how does that make you feel?
I want Mike Trout to play because he's a fantastic player. He's one of the greatest players I've ever seen in my entire life, and he hasn't been able to get on the field in roughly 5 years. So anything that will help him play more, I'm all in favor of it. However, the Angels did what the Angels do. They did something real stupid. And that is they went out and they signed Jorge Soler in the offseason. Jorge Soler can only be the designated hitter. He does not play a position. So your best player, Mike Trout, is blocked from playing the position that would probably allow him to play the most baseball because you signed a middle-of-the-road DH in Jorge Soler, as opposed to putting Mike Trout in the DH at least maybe half the time.
Yeah.
Right? So if you put Mike Trout in DH, well, you just paid money to Jorge Soler. He's going to sit on. He's not going to play that day. You can't use two DHs. It is the most angel thing I've ever heard. He'll be fine out there. I just hope he's healthy enough to play, but it was incredible.
Is that where they put you when they want to protect you?
Well, it's just less. You just cover less ground than in center field. You could put him in left, but
if they put people there who can hit and can't play,
in where?
Right field.
You got to play some defense in right field. The easiest position on the diamond is in left field.
Is it left field?
Left field's the easiest
That's
one.
Where it is.
Right field's more complicated than that, but it's just to get him less wear and tear trying to cover all that ground.
There are some guys that only can perform well when they are the big fish in small pond.
Yeah.
Do you think Trout, if he was here,
what's
or
funny?
in New York, would he be the same guy?
Philly, because he's from Philly, basically. And Philly's not New York or Los Angeles, but Philly's a big deal.
3-time MVP, yeah.
And by the way, 3-time MVP and 3 runners-up.
Yeah.
He's finished in the top 5 like 8 times. He's an incredible player.
Always been the best player on the team? Close to
him and Shohei, he was teammates with Shohei for a while, so Shohei passed him towards the last couple of years.
Not doubting. I just wonder how that guy does when it's more competitive.
We'll never know because his best years are in the rearview mirror. So even if he went somewhere else, we'll never get a. From what I saw him do, DeMarco, for a period of time, I never saw anybody better than that guy.
I'm looking at his numbers. You said he's the best player you ever saw. 3-time MVP. He's led the league in runs, 4 or 5 times?
He was as good as anybody He was Ricky Henderson. Not the power of Bonds, but he was the best player in baseball, and it wasn't close for like 7 or 8, and it wasn't close.
Do you have a quick definition of war?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So the most average player in Major League Baseball, just like the definition of average.
Joe Bag of Donuts.
Joe Bag of Donuts. WAR is a 0.
Okay.
He's a 0. The more above 0, the better the player. Wins above the replacement player is a 0. Wins above replacement.
So if he's 10.5 WAR
in a season,
yes,
that's legendarily awesome.
He's done it twice.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, all right.
That's what I'm saying.
Incredible.
That means that just having him on your team, you win 10 more games if you just had Joe Bag of Donuts. 10 in baseball. It's impossible to do.
It's a travesty that he's not here.
It sucks. It sucks that they never gave, when he was that guy, they were never very good. And now that he's not that guy, it doesn't matter.
He's played in one playoff series, right?
Won 3 games. They got swept by the Royals. Got 1 hit.
It's the shortest thing on his stat column, this playoff.
3 games. 3 games.
What's cold is not only the Angels, but Illinois basketball.
Oh, my gosh.
So, over the weekend, they were going to honor their player, Terrence Shannon Jr. I didn't know much about him going into it, but apparently he had set conference record in 2023-24 for most points scored in a Big Ten tournament and also set the school record for most points scored in a season. So, for them, great player.
Good
for
player.
Sure. But they decided to, at this grand ceremony, and he was there, and I'm sure his family was there, to hang his jersey upside down in the rafters. Is this a omen? Is this poor planning? How does this happen, guys?
Got to be poor planning. Can't be an omen, right? That's just horrible. That's just terrible. Sean Taylor's statue.
It's bad.
Dwayne Wade's statue.
Worse.
Who else had a bad one?
Allen Iverson had the soccer guy, Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Ronaldo's looks like he got kicked by a horse.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I know. It's supposed to be an honor, and it's not.
Okay, I think.
Yeah.
Here's the, and it's bad. There's no the unveiling. They drop the banner and it's literally upside down. Maybe when they were hanging it, they just connected it backwards or what? I don't know.
You
what
connected the wrong side.
You connected the wrong side.
You see, poor planning.
Is your jersey retired at UW?
Yes and no.
Okay.
The team is.
The team is.
The team is in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Not specifically my jersey. Lincoln actually 75 is retired.
So you had 75 at UW.
Yes.
Deacon Jones, of course, 75 for the Rams.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And the reason is Howie Long. But no, high school, yes. College, sort of. Here, it's Deacon.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
And by the way, guys, his number is 0. So it's also like, it's right side up.
I wonder
either
if that
way.
had something to do with it.
Of course it did.
Yeah.
Is there a
But his
underside of-
name's on the bottom.
Yeah.
Maybe they were looking at the front. I don't know.
It is hung like a jersey. And
It is hung like a
No,
jersey.
it should be like it's hanging on a hanger.
Ugh.
And it's up.
Or misspell the name.
You've got to bring him back, right?
Do it
misspelling
again.
Let it go. It's over. It's done.
No, do you not bring him back? Say, hey, listen, man, we botched this so bad. We would like to
And do it again?
We'd like to try again. We'll bring all your family back.
Yes.
We
And this time it
deeply
falls off?
apologize to you.
I would say
because
no.
You would decline?
I would say no. You had one shot and you blew it. They're
They
going to bring
did.
me back again? Come on.
They got the Lakers, I think, the year that they retired Shaq's jersey. There was something about the jersey was slightly off. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't quite the right. I forget exactly what it was, but it was some minor detail, and they got
That's
it
too
squared
bad.
away.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, that's very John Travolta. Yeah.
Dina, what did they call it?
Dazeem.
Adele Dazeem.
Adele Dazeem.
The wickedly talented Adele Dazeem.
God bless him. God bless him. See, the last thing I did in St. Louis before coming to L.A., I gave a speech for the radio station I worked for.
Yeah.
And I walk up to the dais, and on the screen behind me is my bio.
Okay.
Right? So I'm reading the bio. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I look above, and the picture is actually Roger Saffold. That's not me, but, we'll just keep going. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it happens.
Okay, I've never been in on planning anything like that.
Yeah.
They've never brought me in on those things, but I would imagine. Don't you go as stupid as it sounds? Okay, I know this is stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to pick one of your teammates.
Okay.
Okay, Marshall Falk.
Yes.
Okay. We're going to retire Marshall Falk's number, Ring of Honor, whatever it is. 28?
Yes.
We're going to put a picture of him. You put somebody in the room says, guys, I know this is a stupid question. We're sure that's Marshall, right?
Somebody might.
Somebody
Yeah.
has to.
Somebody
Even if
might.
you're like, I know that's Marshall, you have to say it because
just in case
they had a picture of Roger Saffold for you.
Just in case, you never know. Even Vermeil missed him. Vermeil was talking to a guy he thought was Marshall, and it wasn't. And we just didn't have the heart to tell him.
Did they look alike?
Not even close. Dark skin, but not even close.
Yeah, I'm gonna need one more characteristic beyond that.
Marshall had just joined the team, so he was trying to tell Marshall how we work, how we do things.
Okay, so
and we're like, Coach, that's not Marshall. He's up there. That's not him. But great speech, though. Right. He meant well. The words were right, just the wrong guy.
Did you say, by the way, guys, that's Roger Saffold, that's not me?
I said Roger's a good player, and we're good friends. We kind of look alike, and just plot
I don't know what Roger Saffold, I know he's here for a while, but I don't know what he looks like. I can't picture his face in my mind.
Google search. Yeah. The only thing we have in common is skin tone. And he was number 76, not 75.
Hold on.
Yeah, not even close.
Marco,
right.
No, you guys do not look alike.
Not even close. I know.
No.
You might want to do
You have a round head.
Thank
He's
you.
got a more
cylinder.
of
Yes,
the head.
I know. We had fun with this. Yes. Right. I know.
You know, there has to be a way for us to start a business where we just check people's work for athletics. We're not going to let the kid at the natural throw at the end of the game.
Yes.
We're not going to put Roger Saffold's picture up on DeMarco Farr's bio. We're just going to get that stuff squared away.
Thank you very much.
Doesn't seem super complicated.
It's very easy. It's called fact checking.
Who's hot, who's cold? It's brought to you by NextGen, the official AC heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. Call 833-3-NEXGEN or visit nextgenaaronplumbing.com. The dump, and then a little super crosstalk coming up. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
What did that say?
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland.
Listen to me. I don't know anything about Alex Len except one thing. 31 years old and Ukrainian. Ukrainian people are tough. That's all I know, and he gonna be tough. So, George, I don't know what Alex Len is gonna bring to the Lakers other than toughness. What do you think about that?
I guess, yeah, for sure.
Sedano and Cap today at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you. From sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Some things you wouldn't mind being stuck with, like a huge inheritance. But a phone that has to be plugged in just right so it charges is not one of those things. Switch to Verizon and we'll pay off your old phone up to $800 via prepaid MasterCard for a new one on us. Just trade in any phone from our top brands with select unlimited plans. $829.99 purchase with new smartphone line on select unlimited plans. Minimum $90 per month with auto pay plus taxes and fees for 36 months required. Less $830 trade-in/promo credit applied over 36 months. Trade-in terms apply. Payoff phone requires smartphone purchase and port-in with new smartphone line on select plan. Must provide most recent bill showing payoff amount of eligible phone. Additional terms apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
So what if I need a new one? We have the right Duralast battery for you, only at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
And what about my old battery? We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
Speaking of,
we
were talking a little bit of NBA during the break. Happy birthday, and this goes back to the dunk contest thing we were talking about during the break. Happy 62nd birthday. Michael Jordan turned 62 years old
No
today.
way. Way to
Yes.
go. Boy, I got to stay off the bird, the Twitter, the X, because the hate he's getting from young people these days.
Jordan?
Yes, it's driving me crazy, especially with Mac McClung.
Yeah.
and his vertical. They're saying there's no way that Jordan can out-jump him. Like, Jordan's vertical was inflated.
You know
Mac McClung?
Yeah, no, they say Jordan's vertical was inflated.
I saw Michael Jordan play in the NBA. I know that. That was good.
Right, and win championships.
Can't say that about Mac.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud.
Mac McClung, from what I've been told, has played 5 NBA games.
With all due respect, Mac.
Yes.
I will take you at your word that he did. I never saw one.
Aren't we? We're Gen X, right?
We are.
Okay, I don't think we actually dumped on the players that came before our era.
Okay, so no, because we didn't have access to them the way that you have access to everything right now.
I've never dumped on Wilt. I've never dumped on Bill Russell.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah, it seems like today you're dumping on guys that came before your favorite players.
It's dumb where we've created this zero-sum thing where if I like my guy, your guy sucks.
Yeah,
that's just dumb.
Skip
that's
Bayless
that's not how
era.
it works.
Yeah.
You can have 2 guys that are great, but Jordan's birthday.
Yeah,
we were talking about some people avoiding the All-Star game, or not the All-Star game, the slam dunk contest, because they don't want to lose because it would be embarrassing or whatever.
LeBron,
which you and I don't agree with. The only person I can remember losing a dunk contest was Dominique Wilkins to Michael Jordan that one year that it was back and forth the whole time. And it was because Dominique put on an incredible show.
Human highlight film.
Human highlight reel.
Yeah. And Jordan had to jump from the free throw line.
And Dominique did that double between the legs reverse jam thing that was one of the best dunks I've ever seen in my life. There's no shame in losing that stuff if you put on a show.
Did you like the outcome of this year's dunk contest?
I know McClung won because I read it. Other than that, I didn't see a dunk.
Okay.
I don't know about it. Was it good?
It was spectacular. He was. I mean, jumping over cars, jumping over people.
Yeah.
But
Blake Griffin jumped over a car.
He did. The last dunk contest guy I actually cared about, or this is when I stopped caring. Remember Kenny Skywalker?
Oh, yeah.
We were in high school.
Yeah.
I'm like, who is this guy?
I
That's when I stopped caring.
I liked it after that. I remember Brent Barry winning it
the
one year
warm-up
with the
song.
warm-up
Yeah.
jacket. I remember Vince Carter.
Yes.
I remember Griffin jumping over the car.
Yes.
I remember Dwight Howard putting on the
No,
Superman
the
cape.
last time I cared who won.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's just like I'm just watching it for the dunk.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just remember moments of like when Dwight Howard put on the cape and the,
Oh,
and
yeah,
the boot
yeah.
tie. That was pretty cool.
Yes.
Like because he literally was flying through the air like Superman.
He looked like Superman.
He did.
Yes.
He absolutely did. But it's I don't know.
Do you remember Ralph Sampson was in one of the dunk?
Was he in the dunk contest?
Yes.
Oh, I don't remember
you're
that.
7'6". This is not fun watching you. You're jumping 3 inches.
Well, I mean, if we ever see Wemby at one, it's going to be the same thing.
Right.
So I've always thought that might be one thing that I wouldn't hate seeing is let's kind of like a high jump competition.
Yeah.
Keep moving that basket up to see who can get the highest.
I'd be fun. I remember they suggested that.
Like
That'd be fun.
Wemby would have a huge advantage because he's so tall, but a person like Dwight Howard, who's near JaVale McGee, who are nearly 7 feet tall and can jump, might have a better shot than Wemby, who's taller than they are, but maybe doesn't jump as well.
True. I've seen guys take quarters off the top of the backboard. Did you see Wemby
Dwight,
on the...
Dwight did that,
he did
right?
That. Yes,
Yeah.
quarter off the top of the back. That's amazing.
Yeah, and he put that sticker at the top corner.
Nuts.
Yeah.
But Wemby last night went coast to coast, and I swear he took like 4 steps. Right. Right.
I don't know what that is.
That's the next guy.
Yeah.
That's the next face of the league. Yes.
I don't want to say think. Human beings, there aren't a lot of 7'6" human beings, and the very small group they are, most of them can barely walk a straight line.
Yes.
Whatever he is, thank goodness
Special.
there's only one.
Yes.
Happy birthday to Ed Sheeran, who turns 34 years old today.
Is where are we at with our Ed Sheeran love?
It peaked in 2016 for me.
Peaked. So it's falling?
Yeah, it's almost non-existent. I don't hate him. I just don't have a strong
desire.
desire.
New music?
I think he's releasing new music next year, but it's going to be another math problem because he always is there's like division sign, there's a plus sign, there's a times sign
is that
for
his
all of his.
thing?
He called his last tour like the mathematics tour or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, Ed
He's
Sheeran
all right.
to me was very much peaked in 2016, but it's okay.
Are you
I
a
don't
fan?
hate him.
I am. I just saw him in a movie.
He acts?
He was in a movie cameo at the end. He got thrown out. It
He
might have
was
been
in Game of Thrones for one scene, but I don't know what you're talking about.
He mentioned Game of Thrones. It might have been the Will Ferrell movie you didn't like, the movie thing, or the wedding movie.
I remember seeing Nick Jonas in that movie that we talked about, but I didn't see Ed Sheeran.
There was somebody it was him at the very end, and they threw him out. And he was like, I'm Ed Sheeran. I was in Game of Thrones.
Was that Nick Jonas that was in SNL last night? Very
He
briefly?
was very briefly in SNL last night.
I'm like, was that a Jonas brother?
Yeah.
Like he was on screen for 10 seconds?
10 seconds.
Maybe.
Wow.
Ed Sheeran was in Red Notice, maybe? That
Yeah,
what
it was
you're
Red
talking
Notice.
about?
There you go.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
it was at the very end. He got thrown out. Yes.
Happy birthday to Paris Hilton, who turns 44.
Wow.
Yes.
Did I tell you the story of Astor Schneider?
No, because I don't know what that is.
This is NFL Europe.
Okay.
Astor Schneider was a Swiss-born former SWAT guy.
Okay.
That was a linebacker.
Okay.
So he
on
was,
your team?
On our team. He was
Okay.
kicked off the SWAT team in Switzerland because he was too violent.
Okay.
And he was a linebacker for us.
I see.
Right. So this is what we had in NFL Europe.
Astor was his name?
Astor Schneider.
Okay.
You can look him up. I mean, yoked up dude. Great guy. But he had one flaw. He loved Paris Hilton. Like, he just loved Paris Hilton. If you said anything bad about Paris Hilton, he would go completely bonkers.
Yeah.
And it was legit.
He just had a crush on her?
He just loved Paris Hilton. Carried a picture around. I love Paris Hilton. If you said anything bad, Astor would go nuts. Did you see him?
Yeah, he looks. Yeah, it tracks. I'm just. I believe you.
Yeah.
You know, she's done the thing that I think. I'm not hard. I don't know what the description is. She's remained relevant for the better part of 25 years without actually having to do anything. That's not easy to do, I think.
Yes.
Because typically we.
Is this her?
It is. The Stars Are Blind.
I
Paris Hilton.
never heard her sing.
Like when
Okay.
somebody
And now she
like
DJs.
her,
She
it's like,
doesn't sing.
okay, fine.
Yeah.
She whatever. She's pretty. She makes tape. Whatever. Oh yeah, whatever. She's
She's
an
actually
heiress.
really smart,
Whatever.
though.
I'm not saying she isn't.
No, I
but-
didn't know that. I
Yeah.
thought she was like, you know, but she's actually really
But
smart.
here we are, 25 years later, and we still know who she is.
Yeah.
Like that's something.
She's
I
Paris
guess.
Hilton. Yeah.
I guess so.
At one point, it was Kim Kardashian and her, right? We're best friends.
She was on SNL
No,
last
it was
night.
Lionel Richie's daughter.
Nicole Richie.
Yeah.
But they were all part of the same crew. Yeah.
Yeah.
They used to run
Nicole
together.
Richie, Lindsay Lohan, and Paris Hilton were like the three of them. Crazy, yes.
Emily, I'm going to take a guess that you are not a huge fan of director Michael Bay, who turned 60 today.
You would think. So, I mean, okay, there's some things that caught me at certain times. He did Transformers, right?
He did.
I was obsessed with the Transformers series, and I
Okay.
also still kind of like the Transformers series.
I bet you like a lot of Michael Bay movies.
Yeah.
Love Michael Bay.
I thought you might.
Except for the Transformers.
Oh, that's funny.
The thing is,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I like understand what Michael Bay is doing.
Yeah.
Like I understand like his lane, and I get it. And if I know going into it, that's what I'm getting. I'm all in.
Yes.
You know?
Stuff goes boom.
Boom.
Yeah. yeah. I'm in.
That's it.
I like
Yes.
Michael
But
Bay.
when
movies.
people are trying to tell me that it has a bigger theme and there's multiverses, that is the stuff
Oh,
that
we
doesn't
forgot
get me
one.
at all.
It's bang. Wait, stop. Look at her.
Yeah, don't, yeah, a little bit of that
There
too,
you go.
for sure. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is what I was trying to say. He turns 44 today, shares a birthday with Paris Hilton. And
Nice.
I do know who that is. I do not know who Jeremy Allen White is.
Yes, you do. He's the bear guy. Pardon me, the main
bear.
cook
Oh,
on the bear.
okay.
Yes.
Shameless.
Yeah.
I like that
He's
guy.
going to play Bruce Springsteen in the Bruce Springsteen biopic.
I can
Oh, that
see that.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
can
He's
see
also
that.
in the show Shameless for a long time as
Yeah.
well.
That
And
dude.
yeah, he's got a little hot streak on
I like
right
that
now.
guy.
I know
Yeah.
him now. I did not know his name. Where were you on 1984? Were you in the theater seeing Footloose being released
Not
for
in
the first
theater.
time?
No. I didn't see that until the VHS come out in the
Okay.
Blockbuster Video down the road. Actually, it was Pinole Family Video. But
Can I
yes.
tell you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was all
okay.
right.
Kevin
John
Bacon.
Lithgow, good bad guy, but
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good sentence for any movie. John Lithgow, good bad guy.
Yeah.
Great
I
bad
would
guy.
sign up for a bad John Lithgow. He might also be tapped to play Dumbledore in the Harry Potter
Oh.
series that's coming to Max this next
Dumbledore's a
year.
bad guy.
No. Dumbledore's a good guy. So
Okay.
I don't know how I like that.
Yeah.
And he's also John Lithgow's not British, so playing Dumbledore.
He can do it.
He could do it.
Yeah,
accent.
I
he can do it.
know,
Yeah, he can do
but
it.
it's
Yeah, yeah.
Harry Potter. It's got to be all
He
British
can
people.
do it.
I have-
Did you see Cliffhanger?
A
Stallone?
million years, yes.
He's
yeah.
the best part of Cliffhanger. He's a
Yeah.
great bad guy.
No, he's a great actor.
Fantastic,
He's
yes.
a great actor. And then finally, in 2014, The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon premiered on NBC.
We were all cursed.
Wow, you sound so sad
I
right
know,
now.
you
Look at you.
did.
Wow. What has Jimmy Fallon done to you?
Did you watch him last night?
Was he that bad? He was bad again? Look at you. Really? Was he that bad?
He's so unfunny.
Yeah, he wasn't.
really?
He wasn't
No?
funny. Yeah.
Okay.
He tried to make the Debbie Downer sketch like it was the first time where he broke in it, which is also the worst part of that sketch. But then he tried to break again on a joke that didn't hit the same way. And he just was like quite terrible.
And then he put his hands on Robert De Niro because Robert De Niro is the most famous person on the stage, so he got as close to him as he could. That's what he does.
They have names for people like that. Yeah.
That's what he does. And the Debbie Downer thing missed.
I know. It typically hits, but it did not hit.
It just...
Sorry.
I'd seen it.
Because they did also recycle the same jokes a couple times, too.
Yeah.
And that's like, okay, people have seen Debbie Downer more recently.
Who does Debbie Downer?
Rachel Dratch.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. And she's funny.
Yeah, I like her a lot.
Yeah. I do too, but it's like if I want to see that sketch, it's on YouTube.
I mean, you can tell who Lauren likes and who Lauren doesn't like by who was featured in that show.
No Bill Hader, which was the
What happened to him? I read that.
He was the glaring omission. I don't know if he's not feeling well or didn't want to do it.
Apparently, there was a conflict that he couldn't get out of. He has been, I don't know if his house burned down, but he's been dealing with the Palisades fire and news coverage with that, as well as he has a lot, apparently, from what I've read and what he's talked about on interviews. So I don't know him at all, but he's talked about the anxiety that surrounds that building for him, and he doesn't really go back, hasn't gone back since 2019, doesn't go back and experience the same stuff.
That was Sandberg's entire song last night about everyone on SNL has anxiety.
Yeah.
That was the song that he sang for 3 minutes.
The truest thing is the stress streams. It's like you'll have stress streams for the rest of your life about this.
Nope. I don't need that.
Can we say happy birthday to 2 people in this building?
Go.
Jason Roberts.
What up, Jay?
And
Happy birthday.
Kaplan.
Cappy's birthday today.
Old man Cap, my
All
man.
right.
Yes, sir. He's 22.
Again?
Yeah, again.
All right.
For the
Plus 40.
30th time? No, I'm just kidding.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Sounds about right.
Happy birthday, Cap.
Happy
Yes, sir.
birthday, Cappy. Happy birthday to
Jason.
market consultant Jason Roberts.
Jason,
as well.
yes, sir.
Yeah, love Jay. Jay's been very, very good to me. Super Crosstalks coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The biggest show on the radio.
Mason and Ireland, weekdays at noon.
I'll do some reporting for you guys also on your contracts.
Wait a minute, you were going to do reporting on our contracts?
There's every intention of offering you a contract at some point.
That's fine.
I don't know when.
Okay, go watch Glenn Ross. Get them to sign on the line that is dotted.
So you two have
That's you, Bergman. You're not closing.
Be closing. Always.
I'm
be
not
closing.
the closer in this situation, but in sometime within the next 134 days.
Where in the trust tree is Bergman in terms of like you're below a lot of people on the trust tree.
Well,
Well, he doesn't sign the
You're not
check.
the closer.
I don't know.
You're like a setup guy. You're like a middle reliever. You're an innings eater.
Now
you're an innings eater.
I'm a setup man.
Yeah, you're a setup man.
Yeah.
Steve Mason and John Ireland, next at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's D4. The best sports trips aren't just about the game. It's about the whole experience. With Absolute Sport, that experience is built around you. Whether it's an El Clasico match followed by a night in Madrid, oh yeah, or a company outing at the U.S. Open, they'll customize everything to fit your perfect trip. If your event has a ticket, they'll build a package around it. So what are you waiting for? Visit us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport and make your dream trip a reality.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
So Mark Real from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN-710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles.
KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Super Crosstalk presented by In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out. That's what a hamburger is all about.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
We made it.
Where's the woo-woo?
I'm watching the TGL and somebody just hold out from way
Hey,
off
Serena.
there. Serena's throwing a party.
Crip walk. Go ahead.
Marcus Grant is here. Mace is somewhere?
He's somewhere in the building.
Yeah,
I have laid eyes on him. He's
Okay.
actually here.
Okay,
yes.
well, I'm sure
Better
he's got
than laying
something to-
hands on him.
That's,
there you go. And
I
don't ruin
get
my
me
favorite
sent to
movie.
HR.
Yes.
Armageddon?
Yeah,
Don't
so
you ruin
you
my
started
favorite
to tell us
movie.
happy
Also,
60th to Michael
Happy
Bay.
60th to Michael Bay.
Yes.
Yeah, there's an interview. You see it on YouTube. It's like Ben Affleck talking about working with Michael Bay on Armageddon, and he says at one point, he's like, why would you have oil drillers and teach them how to fly a spaceship? Wouldn't it be easier to take astronauts and teach them how to use an oil drill?
These are special
Good
drillers.
question.
To which point Michael Bay just said, shut the F up.
Thank you.
And do the movie.
Thank you. Bruce Willis is the premier driller on the planet. We need them.
By the way,
yes.
Whenever the response back to a question is shut the blank up and do what I say, that means you made a pretty good point.
Yes, that is a good point. It is a good point. Besides the
it's
point.
like, yeah, I probably should have thought of that. Now you've embarrassed me, and we'll go. How was your weekend, Marcus?
Very good.
Did you watch SNL?
I did.
Yeah.
Really watched very little All-Star Game stuff.
Yeah.
I started flipping.
You didn't miss
I
anything.
flipped back and forth early, and I was like,
You didn't miss the
SNL
thing.
just won out, so I ended up watching that.
What was your favorite sketch on the SNL show?
It was either Black Jeopardy.
That seems to be the consensus.
Black Jeopardy was great, but I also loved the Scared Straight, right? Getting just because having Sudeikis, Kenan Thompson, Eddie Murphy, Will Ferrell all in one sketch was gold.
Okay, the best joke in the Scared Straight thing was I'm all the way Ray. I don't do anything half-assed.
No, his hair
With his
is, like,
hair
blown out.
Just I
Yes.
couldn't stop laughing at it.
That or his Harry Potter puns.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was that Sudeikis jumping in at the end.
Like,
was
oh,
great.
hey, ho.
Have you guys ever sat through a real Scared Straight? Did you have that?
I
growing
did
up?
not have
You
to
never?
do that.
It's really terrifying.
No.
Were you on the precipice? Did you need to be scared straight?
No, just one of those things. We went to go visit, walk around, and meet people that were, locked up for a while, and they
Okay.
did the Scared Straight
Did
thing.
it work?
Absolutely it worked. Yes, I get it. I'm paying all my parking tickets. Yes. I will never, yes.
The highlight of the show for me last night was Eddie Murphy doing Tracy Morgan next to Tracy Morgan.
to Tracy Morgan.
Nailing it, too. Yes.
If there's only 3 cheeses, I don't eat it. Like, only 4 cheese
And
lasagna.
the way he'd puff his cheeks out, the way he'd stick his belly out, like it was perfect.
Oh, my God, yes.
It was, and Eddie, Eddie's Eddie, right? He doesn't do a ton of movies anymore, but that format for him, he hasn't done it in 40 years,
No, but
and
he
he just
just
shows up and steals every scene.
Riding a bike.
You're not going
just
to
right
out-crack
back.
him. You're not going to
No, he was
you're not gonna do that.
amazing. And just his presence and you forget what a great impressionist he is.
Yes.
It's just amazing. Hey, Mace. How you feeling?
Guys, I missed my woo-woo-woo.
That's all
hit
right.
it now, go ahead.
Would you like to do it now?
There you go. Now
We were
it's
discussing
Monday.
our favorite stuff from the SNL 50th
I was
last
watching
night.
the All-Star game, so I
Yeah,
didn't see
sure you were.
Come on.
Sure you were. Sure you were.
You watched that
Did you enjoy it?
nonsense?
I did. I had
Yeah.
a blast.
Yeah.
I thought it was so much fun. It
I
made
did
me
too.
laugh a lot.
Me
Had a
too.
lot of laughs. Was very nostalgic. I loved. In particular, I want to shout out Bobby Moynihan for Drunk Uncle.
Drunk Uncle?
Yes. Mhm.
Drunk Uncle is a great friggin' character.
I like when he started shouting out that he wasn't all of the other iconic SNL characters.
Yes,
that was
yeah,
pretty good.
also, yeah, that was great. And I thought the Adam Sandler song was really
good.
cool, sort of captured. And by the way, introduced by Jack Nicholson.
So
Jack looked great, by the way.
Jack looks great.
So I didn't see every second of the show last night, but I saw 9. I missed Nicholson.
Yeah, Nicholson came.
It was brief.
He was
Yeah.
he was seated, and he just said, "Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Sandler."
Okay.
pretty much it.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah, but he was
Yeah.
great. He looks
He
really
looked
good.
great.
That's the first time I've seen him in a really long
He's
time.
retired, right? He's not.
Oh, he
he's
hasn't
no
been in
longer
a movie-
acting.
he hasn't been in a movie in a
Yeah.
long
Yeah,
time.
there's
Am I thinking him or Hackman are both retired?
Both retired,
They're both
yeah.
retired. Okay.
yeah,
But also,
Hackman walked away.
Garrett Morris at 88 looks amazing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
So,
fantastic.
okay,
88 years
let me
old.
ask you that. You just said this, Marcus, at 88. Last night was a race to see who could find out the age of these people on Google in my
right.
Like
100%.
every time somebody came up like, oh, how old's Lorraine Newman? Oh,
Right.
how old's it? Just kind of going through the whole
Did you guys
thing.
have the old, like, G.E. Smith is still alive? Like, I had that moment. Like,
I couldn't pull his name. I saw him like, oh my God, the guitar
I was like,
guy's
he's
back.
still-
G.E. Smith.
And one of my friends actually said he looked like Willem Dafoe coming out of a carbon freeze.
Oh my
That's funny.
God.
That's perfect.
Yes.
You know, I was
That's
surprised
perfect.
they didn't go back and take another spin on cowbell. Maybe it is the perfect sketch and nobody wants to touch it. There's an entire documentary did you watch the documentary on cowbell?
I have not seen it yet.
There on Peacock, there's a whole documentary just about the cowbell sketch.
Wow.
Which is fantastic, but maybe they don't want to touch
It's got to be such a hard thing to do, to thread the needle between, like you said, being nostalgic and saying, oh, I remember that thing, and trying to do something new that is worthy of the 50th anniversary.
Right,
That's a really tough
Yeah, I
putt.
thought that what they did with, like, for example, Lorraine Newman was really smart. They put her with Pete Davidson.
I thought that was really good.
Really good. And she's very sentimental and misty about the whole thing. She's just, okay.
And he's being Pete. He's kind of,
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that was great. I thought the canceled sketches.
Oh
was,
my God, that's funny.
good.
Yeah,
terrific.
Yeah,
and when
really funny.
Towards the end, when it was just everybody blurred out. It was,
Well, and Marcus pointed out at the end, Tom Hanks said, it's really your fault because you laughed at it.
You laughed at it. That's good.
You laughed.
That's very good.
It was amazing.
Very, very good.
So break down the All-Star game for us.
Well, I'll tell you what. Here's the thing. There were apparently multiple games. There was 43 minutes of basketball, actual basketball playing time in 3 hours. I heard that there were many commercials.
A lot of Kevin Hart.
A lot of Kevin Hart.
A lot of Kevin Hart.
Yeah, Kevin Hart, I heard, was grating and kind of annoying.
More screen time than the actual game.
I like Kevin Hart, but you don't have to work hard to find Kevin Hart.
No.
He's in a lot of stuff.
Like,
I think Kevin Hart's funny, but I don't need to go.
I'm sure. I know he's done it.
I think he's hosted SNL.
He was not there. He was not there for that.
He's never been a cast member.
Not every host.
Not every host was there.
In history, but
yeah.
And I thought the musical guests were good. I'm a huge fan of Miley Cyrus. I just thought she was terrific.
She did that duet
Nothing compares to you.
With Brittany Howard. Brittany Howard is also amazing too.
And they, it's also a shout out, a callback to Sinead O'Connor.
Yes.
Sure.
Who, when she performed on Saturday Night Live, took a picture of the Pope and ripped it in half, and that was. Memorable moment, So
Lil Wayne, who else did
Lil Wayne,
Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
And of course they opened with Paul Simon and Sabrina Carpenter.
Awesome. I had an old man moment.
Yeah, what was that?
So the show opens.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, Paul Simon.
Oh, you didn't know who that was?
Who's that with him?
Who's that?
No idea.
Is that his
She
daughter?
was the musical guest just a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
No, I knew that it was somebody that I should know that I didn't know, and I'm waiting for Paul Simon to say Sabrina Carpenter. I'm like, no, there you go.
Espresso.
Oh, I love that song.
I knew the song. Yeah, I knew the song.
Espresso.
So they fixed the hockey All-Star game.
I tell you, people are excited about that. Yeah.
Is it over?
Now,
over my shoulder?
For all intents and purposes,
championship game is going to be in Boston.
Yes.
In Boston, the Americans, if the Canadians win, they got a 4-goal lead going into the final period, so they're going to win.
Yep.
So it'll be the U.S. and Canada in the championship round.
Do you think the Boston fans boo the Canadian national anthem? Just like they did us.
That seems to be the way things are going.
You think so?
Yes,
things are going great between America.
Yeah, you think so?
Now.
Okay.
America and Canada not having any political conflict at all, which has something to do with the booing.
Knuckle up.
Serena Williams sea walking on the grave of a Canadian rapper.
Oh my God!
Yes,
let's go.
Things are great right now.
It was. Did you guys get to see it by chance? The hockey part of it?
No.
So it was. I don't know.
I
how
heard there were 3 fights
in the first 9 seconds of the game.
In the first 9 seconds.
9 seconds.
3 fights in 9 seconds.
Yes,
Oh, that's a record.
They play the anthems.
Yes.
The players skate to start the game. Guy drops the puck. 2 guys over there go. They fight. Send him in the penalty box.
Both Kachucks.
They get the one Kachuk brother goes. I think Brady was the first one to go. They get everybody where they're supposed to go. Okay, we're going to restart. It's 1957 into the game.
Right.
They drop the puck again. The other Kachuk brother squares
Let's
off
go.
another guy. They go 3 fights in the first 9 seconds, and then the rest of the game wasn't. There were no more fights after that. Connor McDavid, who's the best player in the world, nearly got murdered on a hit. Drew Doughty, one of the Kings' best guys, long Stanley Cup winner, got his you-know-what handed to him on a hit. And I'm thinking, this is an all-star game? And I don't know how you bring that level of intensity to basketball or anything else, because hockey's all-star game sucked forever, too.
Right.
But all of a sudden, it's like they cracked the code.
Well,
is it just flags?
Because it's like, last week, Luke Robitaille was talking about it when he was on the show with us. We have the Luke Robitaille show on Tuesdays. I don't know if you know that, 1:15 on Tuesdays. And he was talking about the 4 nations. He said the one nation that's missing, though, is Russia.
Yeah.
They have Sweden, Finland, Canada, and the U.S. He said it's not really a complete tournament without Russia.
Yeah,
but,
that makes sense.
But apparently, just people are completely into it.
It was great, and DeMarco and I were trying to figure out how do you get people to care about something when they don't. You know what I mean? Like the basketball
You got to
thing.
make
Clearly,
it America versus everyone.
They've gimmicked it up. They've tried East-West. They've tried drafts.
Whatever they tried yesterday.
I feel like haven't they tried like the U.S. versus the internationals in the NBA?
And it didn't hit.
Yeah,
it didn't hit.
I mean, if you want it to be like that now, you have to split it up that way. If you want it to be like hockey, because that's what that was.
Can you make somebody care about something that they don't care about? It's like, what are we playing for? It's the All-Star Game title.
If you're defending American basketball, you'll get some intensity. Really, because you don't want them to beat us. You'll get some intensity there.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I just don't. I think it's beyond repair. I think it's beyond repair.
It feels like it, and I would have said the same thing until I saw what I saw on Saturday. I'm like, oh my god,
yeah,
these guys are killing each other,
right? But
for nothing.
But different sport, different attitude, different
culture,
different. Right, all that stuff is different. I mean,
we ball out for the Olympics.
Yeah,
we do. And that's, I mean, if you want to get some intensity, do that.
But I think there's something different about the Olympics, right? I mean, it's obviously you've got the gold medal, you've got the international bragger. Like this is just like, we won the All-Star game.
Yeah. What do I get?
Game. Right, you know?
And plus when you put an international group together, you're not playing for Spain or Croatia or Slovenia or Greece. You're playing for a coalition of something, which, I guess it works in the Ryder Cup and things like that, but these guys are all from these places.
Yeah. The only dude that played hard was Wemby, so there is hope.
Yeah, Wemby,
there's hope there.
Really wanted to win.
Yes, so there's hope. Maybe he can bring that back, that passion to win the All-Star game.
Can we have 3
That'll
fights
fade.
in the first 9 seconds?
You think so?
That will fade, absolutely.
The first load management.
The bigger you get, the less you care
That's right.
about the All-Star game.
Right? How much longer does SNL go? Does it end with Lorne?
No.
No? You think they keep rolling
There's already rumors about Colin Jost taking over or Tina Fey taking over. I don't think SNL's going anywhere. Did anybody?
I hope not. Man. I like it. Apparently, it's incredibly expensive to make.
Yeah. Although the people make no money for being on SNL.
Yeah.
It's like Scale the first 2 years.
Well, that was the Alec Baldwin had the joke about third-year veneers, right?
Yeah. Third-year veneers.
Once you make it third year, you're getting those veneers.
Get your veneers. Yeah.
They did a good job with that.
They did a really good job.
It wasn't side-splitting the whole time, but it was as good.
But it had some genuine made me laugh a bunch of times.
They're going to get Eddie Murphy in the cast for one
Eddie
more
Murphy,
year.
the Scared Straight Screen.
Incredible.
Was amazing.
That was fantastic.
All the way, Ray. I don't do anything half-assed.
Exactly.
I mean, but even watching Will Ferrell break Eddie Murphy, like watching him break character halfway through the skit was amazing.
Funny.
Well, he walks out there with those shorts on.
Yeah.
It's like,
done. Anything he does makes me laugh, yes.
Incredible. Super Crosstalks brought to you by In-N-Out. In-N-Out, that's what a hamburger is all about.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
You were doing the game.
And I shouted out ESPN LA.
So wait,